the benefits of Inspired Disorder Plus. So you go inspireddisorder.com/plus. Sign up, $5 a month. You get to binge the full week of The Ray Taylor Show ad-free. You get to watch all of the live painting videos I do. You get a special members-only discount and deals for all of the artwork and merch that I sell. You also get the complete podcast back catalog of every podcast I've ever produced, hundreds of episodes, countless different podcasts. You also get access to my personal blog. A new blog comes out every week. In addition to that, you get my creative writing that I'm releasing. You also get access to asking me anything. 14 years of experience podcasting. I've been creating art my entire life. I've been using Photoshop since middle school, and you can contact me to ask me questions about that or anything else. So those are the benefits for signing up for Inspired Disorder Plus.
Bam.
This is a HeadGum podcast.
With food prices going up, it's hard to decide on what to buy and where to buy. If you're looking for a way to stretch your food dollars, look no further than your neighborhood grocery outlet. We have the name brands you love for 40 to 70% less than regular grocery stores. Our stores are locally owned and operated by people in your community, so we understand the challenges you are facing. Stop by your local grocery outlet today for deals you won't believe.
Grocery outlet, bargain market.
This is All Fantasy Everything, the podcast that fantasy drafts anything and everything from the world of pop culture. On today's episode, we're fantasy drafting. Hold on, what's the exact? I'm getting the exact wording of it here. This is as raw as it gets. This is as real as it gets. Things you wish you were famous for. I wish I was famous for being better at doing intros. Our guests today are stand-up comedians Dylan Adler and Blair Saki. I'm your host, Ian Carmel, and with me, as always, is my friend, my companion, the stand-up comedian known only as Sean Jordan.
Okay.
David Bory is
Blair
in a
Saki.
cargo ship off the coast of Bolivia, speeding back towards the United States. Let's get into it.
Fuck yeah. Recording.
Welcome to another brand new episode of All Fantasy Everything, the podcast that is fantasy drafting things you wish you were famous for. I'm your host, Ian Carmel. Sean S. Jordan on Twitter. Sean Cougar Mellon Jordan on Instagram. Sean Jordan in your hearts is my co-host. Sean Jordan, how you doing? What do you got coming up?
Good, man. This is good. I'm good. I'll be in Sacramento at the Punchline with Kyle Kinane, August 3rd through the 5th, I believe. And then I'm going to be in Minneapolis middle of August. I don't think there's a ticket link yet. But
Nobody's gone to that, dude.
Yeah. No, people are going to come in.
Nobody's gone. Dylan Blair, you can talk whenever, just if you want to, also let Sean know that nobody's going to Minneapolis.
You want to hurt me, scar me.
Nobody's gone, dude. I mean, I think people are going to go to that Sacramento show. Kyle's pretty funny, but I don't see you moving a lot of tickets to Minneapolis.
Well, I see you moving tickets wherever you go because you're a very funny stand-up comedian and you're an even better person. So that speaks volumes to your character, that you're better at being a person than you are a comic because you're an amazing comedian. So that's how I operate with my family. All through July, I'll be scattered around Oregon. And, other than that, chilling.
Hell yeah. Dylan Adler is here, at Dylan Adler on Twitter, at Dylan Adler _ on Instagram. Mm-hmm. And then on TikTok, it's Dylan, what is it, just Dylan Adler?
At Dylan Adler, it's 7. So it's just there's a couple of teenagers from Aspen, Colorado who took the Dylan Adler handle.
I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
Teenagers?
Yes, a couple. They're all from Aspen, and it's upsetting, but I have the 6, the 7, the _, and, I've learned to accept.
Well, yeah. I mean, Dylan Adler is a very Aspen name. You do have to you gotta, at least they're in Aspen.
Yes.
Are they posting videos of them, doing snowboarding tricks or anything like that? Are they at least, making good use of the handle?
Snowboarding, skateboarding. The Dylan Adlers are quite punk. They're quite punk, and they love hockey. Dylan Adlers love hockey. So
have you reached out to them to try to form some sort of Dylan Adler bond?
There's been Dylan Adler group chats that I've left that people have formed, so I'm not really big on the community of it all.
Yeah. Well, none of them have TV credits, and you do. So I mean, get on your level.
Yeah.
How are you doing? You're in New York City.
I'm good. I just came back from Fire Island, just gay mayhem and drugs, and so I'm just kind of coming down from that. My voice is recovering. My soul is recovering, but I'm here. I'm happy to be here with straight people where I can recover energetically,
Exactly. Blair is in Colorado, so she's giving off a very just sort of mountainous, sort of straight person energy. Very
yes.
Nice.
Very calm.
I'll tell you this, Dylan. You let the big dog know. She'll go to Aspen for you. Go ahead.
That's fucking right, I will.
Thank you, my dude.
Absolutely.
family.
Go handle some fucking ring-a-ding-ding, some Dylan Adlers out
Thank you
there.
so much. Thank you.
Get him on
That's
top.
true. I wasn't sure if I was allowed to talk before I was spoken about, so that's why I was being really silent.
Laying in the cut. You're reclining today like it's Passover. I like it. This is a powerful way to podcast.
No, Passover, that's a Jewish holiday?
That's a Jewish holiday. That's right, my friend.
I'm on a famous the leather couch of exactly in your mind what is in a comedy club. I know you can all picture it.
Yeah. Is it? Yeah. It's a black leather couch. I mean, I can
Always
see
black,
it.
yeah.
I can see it, but I knew that.
Right.
I knew that. Like, it's black leather, like the jackets worn by stand-up comedians in the 90s.
Yes, I
Yeah.
want one of those so fucking
That
bad,
exact-
by the way.
You should get one. We should go
I know,
like
I-
thrifting and find you one.
Yeah, let's do it because I really feel that that's what my uniform in my soul, like
Yeah.
that actually reflects my insides, you know? Except for I don't make trans jokes, but
Well,
you know.
yeah. That's okay. You can still keep it. It's an advanced form of 1990s stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah,
smoke.
yeah,
You don't
yeah.
rip six on stage either. You know, you can make little subtle updates.
I wish though, I could rip six that it wasn't like unhealthy because that would feel so cool.
Oh my! It really would, because it's like a punctuation mark you can put on like the end of certain jokes, and like you can pace back and forth and just kind of like and just smoke. It's not that you're not doing anything; you're smoking. There's an activity.
Do any of you smoke cigarettes? May I be so bold to ask?
I've smoked on stage. I don't smoke anymore, but I've smoked, like, back when I started, you could smoke in the club, and you could just do it. You could walk around the whole place with cigarettes. It makes you feel... I didn't know
But
I
in
was
your
good at it.
personal life, do you smoke cigarettes? Like, are you a smoker?
No,
Oh, okay.
no.
I'm not a smoker either.
I did for a long time. It's cool. It is.
Yeah. Well, I just have to say, anonymously, one of my friends started smoking cigarettes pretty vigorously, and his teeth aren't looking so great. I would never say so in my life, because I'm not that person, but just the thought I had.
Yeah,
It's pretty buck.
it's pretty buck to start now.
Yeah! But you also have to respect it in a way, right?
What are you doing? Like, I mean, I can see like carrying over that habit, but it's always like it's odd to watch someone start doing it. It's like we know with everything we know.
Yeah.
Dylan, where can people see you do? Where can people see your stuff? I know you've been posting stuff online.
Oh yes, you can.
I know you've been posting stuff online.
You've
Well,
been
your
on the
grandmother.
internet.
So you put some of your things on. You put your comedy
Yes.
online so your aunt can see it.
Exactly. Facebook Reels on Facebook, Messenger. I don't have any dates. I wish I had dates touring, but no, I'm pretty much just on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at the moment. But I hope to have dates soon, and I'll post it on all those platforms where you can find me.
Watch for those dates, and in the meantime, check out your videos. Check out your set on the Late Late Show, where we worked together.
Yes.
But also
yes.
where you did a fantastic stand-up comedy set.
It really was an incredible set.
Yeah.
And I have to say, the three men that I am staring at with my own two eyes right now have all three delivered some of the best late night sets. Even all in the past year too. Incredible knockout sets by the three of you.
Well, let us return the compliment. First of all, thank you.
Seriously.
And let us return the
Thank you.
compliment to you, Blaisaki, who also knocked out an incredible late night set. Roughly a year, like within the last year-ish or so, right?
1 year ago, but also famously accidentally ate up the first
You bring this
entire
up.
minute of my set by saying hello to everyone.
I love it.
What?
Blair comes out and she just goes, "Ha!" And she looks over at Reggie or something. She's like, "Hi, Reggie." I watched it like 40 times, no shit, before I went on because it calmed me down so much. So I'm like, Blair's cooler than the other side of the pillow. How the fuck did she do that?
Where I was, I said hello to James, I said hello to Reggie, I said hello to Ian, and then I blew through 25% of my time.
Oh, it's so rad though. I love it.
It was great. I think Your set was fantastic for
I
anyone
fucking loved your set.
who was just discovering you, and it was extra good for anyone who already knew you. You know what I mean? It was like, it was one for the do you have a name for your fans? What are they? It was one for the
I call
reply
them
guys
Blair
for sure.
Bears.
Yeah, it was one for the Blair Bears for sure.
Yeah.
Whoops, made a mistake. Had to cut some jokes out of my set because it's my 1 minute long.
That person ought to cut a minute out of her set. Saki and the Rockies right now. Blair, Saki coming to you live
Look
from
at you.
Denver, Colorado.
Oh my god, Saki in the Rockies is so cool.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
thank you. Yeah. Now I'm having the time of my goddamn life. I got the call to come up to the majors this morning back on all fantasy everything with my fucking dogs.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Life is good out here.
Hell yeah.
Dude, you're so rad. It's so fun.
Yeah.
You're in Denver, you're currently performing at the Comedy Works. How are you having a good time out there?
Ian, thank you for asking because I'd heard about the lore of this club for many years, and to finally experience it, it's like I'm in a little cave of heaven. I mean, these people are almost on the stage with you. It's electric. I love it.
I can't. We're gonna be there. We're gonna be there at the Comedy Works tonight when this comes out. I've never performed there before. I'm excited.
This is my first time too. It's incredible, and I can't believe we're performing the same night.
Yeah, no,
all together.
it's gonna be a real choice for the audience. Or maybe we should just do it on stage together at the exact same time.
That'd be really fun. I would actually really enjoy it.
You know my favorite thing? They take your phone. They still doing that? They put it in a Ziploc bag. So like you can have your phone, but they just put it in a locked baggie. And so like if you need it, you got to go out to the lobby. They unlock the baggie, and then you can do whatever you want on your phone.
Whoa, we're all Chappelle now, bitch.
Yeah. They did that when I saw Bruno Mars in Vegas. So Blair, you're basically Bruno Mars.
That's crazy. That's what they did to us when I did ayahuasca.
Oh, they bagged your phone up?
That's a good call.
Yeah, you can't be on your phone when you're in other dimensions.
Having done ayahuasca, like, do you feel like you would have done some crazy shit with your phone, or would you have just forgotten about it?
I don't know. I think like energetically, you have no desire to be on there because you're literally like in different lifetimes and at galaxies and stuff. So I don't really know, but I'm sure there's some crazy fuckers who are so addicted. They're like, "Where's my goddamn device?"
I gotta get off these ayahuasca TikToks.
Yeah.
Trying to duet with the Divine Mother Spirit.
Yes. Have any of you done it before?
No, but I'm certain on it.
I haven't done ayahuasca, but I've done bufo, which is a DMT where you experience ego death, and I was on my ego died, different dimension, got in touch with ancestors. It was the real deal. It was crazy.
Whoa. Wait,
Crazy.
Dylan, did you tell me you did this with like your family, your mom?
No, not my family, but I did it by myself. I did it by myself at the Chelsea Hotel where Janis Joplin used to live.
Oh, there was like some crazy spirits there.
Crazy spirits.
That is such a chic place to do any kind of drug. That's amazing.
I know.
Yeah.
I
was just
know.
at the Chelsea Hotel, darling.
You said ego.
Yeah.
Ego debt?
Ego death.
What is it? Ego death. Oh, what is that? I've
Ego
never heard
death
that term.
is where your sense of yourself completely dies, and you don't have any sense of who you are and your identity. So you're just a fabric of energy in the universe. It was truly. I've experienced nothing like that. It was truly crazy.
That was an
That sounds
incredible
awesome.
distillation. You really are a master of language.
Oh, that's what I want to be famous for: language and mastering that.
I'd say you're already there, dude.
Yeah. I think you're well on your way.
I got one
Thank
more
you.
question though. I wonder this with drugs. And pardon my ignorance. So like what'd you say the name of that drug was?
UFO.
UFO.
It's like frog, toad.
Yeah, toad venom.
Venom.
That's
Yeah.
that one.
It's Italian ayahuasca.
If you had to, could you have like driven a car, or does it alter your state so you can't do anything?
You're completely unconscious. You have to have people there to protect you so you don't jump out a window.
Sounds fucking so fucked.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'll tell you this about ayahuasca, or I haven't done bufo, but ayahuasca I had, and I don't do drugs anymore. Like I like a mushroom is really what I like these days, but when I did ayahuasca, it is so severe that one of my first thoughts was, thank God I've done drugs before, because I cannot imagine what it would have been like had you never done a psychedelic before, because it is however extreme you think it is 50 times more extreme than that.
Wow.
That sounds terrible.
That's a great point. I'd always just assume everyone going into ayahuasca has the same amount of drug experience. But like some people go in never having done other drugs. What a fucking
because there's
trip.
nothing about it that is recreational in the slightest. Like there's nothing it is like a deep experience. There's nothing like fun or light about it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's fun and light is going to see Blair Saki perform stand-up comedy live. Now, where can people do that in the coming days and months?
Okay, well, you can
June 22nd.
I am newly passed at the Comedy Store. So that's a fun thing where you can see me in LA now regularly. I'm excited about. And then for the rest of the year, I am on tour with Ron Funches, and then in the fall, I'm on tour with Anthony Jeselnik. And then I have my own dates too, I guess, if you care about that. Look them up.
Where can they find those?
On my website, blairsofty.com, or my Instagram. Was that a good sell?
Yeah.
I'm sold.
Yeah, dude.
I'm buying
You're making
that.
them come to you. That's smart. That's smart.
Go to the Big Dog's website. Go peep the dates.
www.runwiththebigdog.com/get off the porch.
Yeah, have a night off the porch on the Big Dog.
Do that. Saki and the Rocky. By Ian Carmel.
It's Blair's 3-day comedy / wine festival, Saki and the Rockies.
That'd be so cool.
That'd be great. It's just you and a lot of your favorite bands.
Oh my god.
At Red Rocks.
And the Good Vibes Gang.
And the Good Vibes Gang is going to be there. On the grill. We're not even doing comedy.
Oh god, who gives a fuck about comedy? I want to stay on the grill.
We're sauteing onions. We're just ready
I
on
want to saute onions.
Woo. My name is Ian Carmel, at Ian Carmel on Twitter, at Ian Carmel on Instagram, at Ian Carmel on Jewish TikTok, and Ian Carmel on regular TikTok. I'm on both of those TikToks. Just as Ian Carmel. I'm on TikTok now.
I see that. I like that you're posting.
I'm straight up posting. I realize that this is the way of the future. I have to have a presence.
Yeah.
On these
Can I
apps.
say, you've been getting my likes, brother. Don't think
Thank
I
you.
haven't seen you on there.
Thank you. Yeah,
Oh
same.
yeah, the big dog throwing out those likes.
I'll take them. I'll take all the likes I can get on there.
You know what? One thing about me, I love TikTok. It's my favorite. I love to be a spectator. Don't really post much. Love to just view on the TikTok. I enjoy it genuinely, unlike every other form of social media.
I'm kind of getting into it now. I've never watched videos before, and now I'm like, oh, I get it. You know, I'll sit in my car after I get home for 15 minutes and just watch TikToks.
My favorite TikTok account is this Swedish woman who dives into cold water, and her skin looks incredible. She dives into cold bodies of water, and you just see her, she like do sounds, she like does it, she's like holding ice, and it's very cathartic to me. I don't know why, but I'm
What's
like, if
her
she
name?
can, oh my god, I'm blanking on her name, but she's Swedish girl in cold water, and it's like, if she can do that, I can do my chores.
Jill, when you come across her on your For You, You gotta toss that handle over to your boys over here.
Run that flag up the flagpole.
Yeah.
Absolutely sharing it in the Zoom chat. Yes.
Yeah. Maybe
Yes.
it's like a TikTok account that you can't. It has to find you.
Oh.
Yes. The ice cold life doesn't choose you. You choose as
Yeah.
I messed. Yeah, but you know what I was going.
Right. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
this lady, this very cold Swedish lady. People are very into the cold plunging. Has anyone done like a cold plunge?
Me
Yes.
many
Yeah.
times.
Really?
And I plan and I aspire and aim to get rich enough where I have one because I do believe in it.
You feel like
Same.
you like it? Really?
It heals your nervous system.
It shocks you. It wakes you up, and I do feel when I do even do a cold shower, I feel alive and
Yeah.
better than most people. Like most people are doing this.
I don't fuck with a cold shower. You know why? It's like going to a vegan restaurant. Like that is to me not the purpose of a shower. To me, like I want it to be a separate. I want it to be a separate entity, completely divorced from my bathing ritual. That like, you know, like where you go to a vegan restaurant, and it's like I only order a salad or a macro bowl there. I'm never gonna order a replication of a chicken sandwich because I don't want that, and I don't want my shower to be freezing because my shower is hot time. I want a separate vessel to do my cold plunges.
Yeah.
I get that. I get
My
that.
shower is hot time.
I'll do a little bit of
Shower's
both in the shower though. I'll go cold hot.
Same.
I'll go cold hot. Yeah.
Ending on cold in the face is
Ending on,
incredible.
it is nice to end on cold in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say that's really good too, and to put your face in ice water because your face has all the nerve endings to regulate your nervous system.
You should. Yeah. I have only done cold plunges in football back in high school, and they were just awful back then because they were just big garbage, like they were like garbage cans full of ice and water that you just had to hop into and then hop out of. And you can see me do that on stage tonight at the Denver Comedy Works.
I'll be there too.
Sean and I are going to be cold plunging on stage. We'll mix in a little bit of stand-up comedy. I'm in Denver tonight, tomorrow, and on Saturday. And then you can see me in Las Vegas at the Jimmy Kimmel Comedy Club during NBA Summer League, July 7th, 8th, and 9th. And then I'll also just be sort of bopping around Chicago, not doing any shows right before that. But if you think you see me in Chicago, you did.
Well, I can't wait to see you fellas on stage tonight in Denver.
It's gonna be great. We're all gonna be up there. You, me, Funch, Malcolm Funch. Dylan's flying out.
I will. I'll
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
It's gonna be tight, man. David's getting back from Bolivia today, so
Yeah.
we'll probably be hanging out.
Producer Isaac's gonna be there, dude. Just quietly, but he'll be there.
Yeah, in the cut.
After he gets off his call.
That's right. Yeah. He'll be finishing up his call right as he walks on stage. But enough about that. We are here for one reason and one reason only, and that reason is to all fantasy everything fantasy draft things we wish we were famous for. Now, the way we determine the order of this draft is through a rollicking game of rock, paper, scissors. And we throw on shoot. Here we go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, 3 scissors. We gotta go again. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, wow. 3 different ones. We gotta go again. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, Blair wins. A natural win.
The Blair smashed.
Blair smashed.
I haven't wanted to say that. It is funny.
A rock
That
on
was
2
funny.
scissors.
I gotta say, boys, did not anticipate winning one of those games. Never won in rock, paper, scissors before in my life. The group timing synergy of it all gives me so much worry and anxiety.
You fucking knocked it out of the park, though. You overcame it. If anything,
Killed
you took that nervous energy and you translated it into a dominant victory. In rock, paper, scissors.
That's what ayahuasca does.
That's what. She's fully in touch. She knows that love is the answer to every question.
Absolutely.
And the rock of love in this
I
case.
usually try not to bring up ayahuasca because it feels too on the nose. Like, if you look at me, you already know I've done it. So I usually try to keep it under wraps.
The Hunter S. Thompson sunglasses during the podcast do say I've done ayahuasca.
If you took those off, I wouldn't think ayahuasca, but those, you know.
As the winner, it is incumbent upon you to determine the order of today's draft. But before you do that, Blair, I will remind you it is a serpentine draft.
What is that? I hear you.
That's a great question.
It's like if you're riding a beach cruiser, you just go side to side, you know, but you'd spend more time on either side. So kind of go down the right side a little bit, then go over to the left, go down the left side a little bit,
Beach?
go to the right a little bit, go down the right side a little bit, and then just go back over. It's kind of...
Uh-oh, I think I should have paid more attention in math class. I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
That's all that ayahuasca.
Well, basically, if you pick fourth in the first round, you pick first in the second round. It's a serpentine draft, like that, snake style. Now, with that in mind, Blair, what will the order of today's draft be?
Ian, can I just cut the shit and ask you what the best position for me to pick is?
Well, it depends.
It's tough, man.
I kind of think on this one, you, like...
Can I just cut the shit?
It's not as competitive.
Let's just cut the shit and get serious.
So I kind of think you almost go fourth. You see the way the field plays out, and then you're like, all right, you get two back-to-back at the end of the first round, you know? Because if you go first, it's not like we're drafting something where there's scarcity here.
I have a tough time going first with stuff like this because I don't want to sound like a lunatic.
Make Sean go first.
I think I want to go first and sound like a lunatic.
There it is.
I think I'm gonna bet against myself.
Murder.
Where's first?
Okay, here we go, boys.
Who else?
Wait, do I go?
No, what's the
Well, no,
order?
you've got to turn the rest of the order.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah,
I wish I lost the rock, paper, scissors. I don't want to. We're family here.
You're
I
putting
can't
a lot of
choose
heat on
this.
yourself. You're all right. It's pretty low stakes.
Oh my, no, I can't. You should please. No, I abdicate the throne.
No, you can't do it, Blair. You can't do it,
choose.
Blair. You have to choose the order. This is a tough love for the family moment. You have to do it.
Dang, I'd be so much further along if I knew how to assert myself. Okay. I don't know. I'm sorry. I guess I'm gonna go Dylan because I'm gonna go Dylan because he's a guest.
That feels right.
In the Brotherhood and then Ian and
Sisterhood.
and then sister in the sisterhood.
Yeah.
I always refer to myself as a man. I'm not sure why. And Ian Sean.
Ian Sean.
Hot corner. I'm
Yeah,
in the hot
there
corner.
it is. There it is. The
Back
order
to back.
today, Blair, Dylan, Ian, Sean. Over 5 rounds, we will be fantasy drafting things we wish we were famous for. Each of us making 5 picks, and we will get to that first pick right after this short break.
This episode of All Fantasy Everything is brought to you by Hatch. Now, you wake up yawning? You do. Of course you do. You roll yourself out of bed, you got groggy eyes after a long night, in and out of your child's room. That's just what having a kid is. You're trying to coax them back to sleep. With Hatch Rest, your child will sleep better so that you can too. I can vouch for this personally. It is something that we have used every single night since we hooked it up, since Max was born, since our daughter was born. We use this constantly. It helps her sleep. It helps me sleep. It is the perfect sleep time pal. It will do everything for you. The Hatch Rest is extremely innovative. It's an all-in-one sort of sleep situation. It's designed for kids to help them out. You know, it's both a sound machine and a nightlight, and it's going to grow with your children. It's got so many different sounds. During the newborn stage, Hatch helps make for a soothing and comfortable sleep environment with continuous sounds like white noise, wind, rain, lullabies. It's got all of it. You can switch the colors. All of the sounds are fantastic. It has a rainbow color setting that you can use, and as your child grows, Hatch allows toddlers and big kids to build sleep independence with customized color and sound cues. It's got the time for bed alerts, what alerts them that it's time to wind down for the night, all those things in the morning. Their special time to rise signal helps teach them when it's okay to get out of bed for the day, keeping those early risers in bed longer. Seriously, it is tremendously helpful, and it's good for adults. I bring mine on the road. I bring it in hotel rooms. I will swear by this product. Yes, seriously, it is fantastic. The Rest has helped over 3 million babies and parents get restful sleep. It's no wonder that it seriously is consistently a top baby registry item. I know it's at the top of our list. Right now, Hatch is offering our listeners up to 15% off your purchase of a Hatch Rest and free shipping at hatch.co/allfantasy. So, if you're ready for improved sleep for your kids and yourself, go to hatch.co/allfantasy to get up to 15% off and free shipping. Again, that's hatch.co/allfantasy. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Listen, it's easy to get caught up in what everybody else needs from you. That's just the way of the world. People pleaser is the term. I am a people pleaser. I think we all are, everyone on this show. And it's hard to focus on yourself sometimes. It's hard to give yourself what you need. But when you spend all your time focusing on other people and things like that, you don't have any time to focus on yourself and you get burned out. It just is a fact. It's just how it goes. Therapy can give you the tools to find more balance in your life, which is important for everybody, no matter what station you're in, no matter what position you're in, where you're at financially, all of it. It's extremely important. And then you can help supporting others without leaving yourself behind. You can help be a people pleaser and also be a self-pleaser. What's up? Your boy's out here coining terms. If you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. Just in general, there's no reason to be thinking about something that is so accessible and so easy to do and not do it. If you think you could benefit in any way, give it a try. You lose nothing. There's no harm. You know, there's no reason not to be living, to sound cliche, to be living your best life. It's very true. It's done entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, suited to your schedule. All you do, you go fill out a brief questionnaire, you get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time. You don't need a reason, you can just do it. If you're not feeling it, find something that fits, and there's no additional charge for that. So give it a try. Find more balance with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/allfantasy to get 10% off your first month. Again, that's betterhelp.com/allfantasy.
And we're back. Welcome back to All Fantasy Everything, the only podcast that has ever existed. This is it. This is the only podcast. We're drafting things you wish you were famous for. Blair Saki has the first pick. Blair, what is that first pick?
Okay, alright, brothers. I would like to be famous for being the first 5'6" white woman to reverse 360 dunk. I think that would be a really fun thing to do. I would also like to break the backboard like Shaquille O'Neal and then roar after.
That was my first pick.
I would like to roar like a lion at the beginning of an MGM movie, and then all the players I would dunk on.
Wait, this is all part of it. This is all part of it.
No, this is all part of it. Don't try and get in the middle. I like to roar like a lion after, like at the beginning of an MGM movie, and then all the players I would dunk on would just walk away silently, chewing on their mouth guards and the front of their jerseys, and I would be the most powerful little guy out there. Zeus, the Greek god, would bow down to me after my reverse 360 dunk.
So
That's insane.
all I had was shatter the backboard. That was my first pick was shatter the backboard.
And that's why you couldn't go first, bro.
You lit it on fire right there. That was fantastic. It was perfect.
Painted a whole scene. I can see it in my head.
That was amazing.
Oh, dude.
There's nothing that could be better than that.
What is this?
Feel
Is this in an NBA game? Is this a WNBA game? Is this on the playground? What are we talking here?
I always want to lift up my sisters in the WNBA, but I'm gonna have to go with the NBA. Sorry.
What team do you see yourself on when this happens?
Well, you know, I grew up in a Lakers family.
Yeah.
The Lakers have been different the last several years. But I guess I'd have to go Lakers.
Yeah, the Lakers. And who are you dunking? Is it a Celtics? Is it a natural rivalry? Are you dunking on the Clippers? What's going on here?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely dunking on a green ass for sure, for sure. You know, I was real in my youth during those three-peats, during when Paul Pierce had to be wheeled off the court in a goddamn wheelchair when then he got up, jumping, springing up after.
Do you know the story about the wheelchair?
It's because he crapped his pants, right?
Oh, I didn't know
there's a rumor, and he has had to talk about it in the press.
He's not that guy. It's
You know, you're not a basketball fan, are you?
I have no idea any
No.
words that were just said.
So Paul
Sorry,
Pierce,
Joe.
No,
Paul
I'm
Pierce,
not.
Paul Pierce played for the Boston Celtics,
Oh.
and in the NBA Finals, like fell over and then had to be wheelchaired off the court. And for somehow, I don't even remember how. And you can, if you want to know more, you can go look it up online. A rumor got started that he shit his pants, and that's why he had to be.
And he didn't want to move because it would he felt that it may spill or something,
Because
right?
he was wearing white shorts.
But is that true, guys?
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, okay, he wasn't hurt, so I mean, something not bad happened.
But I think he was just trying to change up the energy because it was like wild inertia in that moment.
That's a good point.
That might have been it.
it's like I don't think they had any timeouts left, you know, because he came back as if literally nothing happened, and I was like, you pussy, or you incredible actress, player, coach.
I don't know. I like to think he crapped his pants a little bit. I think that's the fun one. I go with that.
He's been cagey on the
Yeah.
story. He's kind of changed his story on it a couple times. He's been like, I actually did have to poop. And then other times he's been like, no, that wasn't it. I hurt my knee. But it was in like a very crucial moment of the finals, so it couldn't have been on a bigger stage.
Can you imagine if you shit your pants in the NBA Finals? White pants?
Oh my God.
The white pants. That's the bummer part. Maybe he shit his pants because you dunked on him so hard. That reverse 360 backboard shot.
That could be an unfortunate consequence of my reverse 360 dunk.
Right when you roar, he's like, "Oh my God, I crapped my pants." Larry, you roared.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the dunk or the ferocious roar that did it.
Have any of you had to leave the stage to use the bathroom in the middle of the set?
I almost did.
Really?
I almost did once. I had to poop so bad I had the chills on
Yeah.
stage. But then
You're only thinking about that.
exactly. With the grace of God, I sucked it back in, and I didn't think about it further. But I had chills. I had to shit so bad.
And it was you were doing a long set.
I was doing 30 minutes. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's awful when it happens in public. Sometimes when I'm at home and that situation arises, there's almost something cathartic about it where you're like, all right, I needed that out of my body
Yeah.
for whatever reason. But out in public, that's scary. Thank God for that single occupancy
Dude,
bathroom.
I don't know what would have happened if I was in a stall bathroom. Like, it was an exorcism. It was like a karmic retribution I was experiencing for some ill-advised thing I said about someone sometime. I don't know, it was horrific. It was like Satan satanic.
I was walking home from an improv show. This was before I did stand-up. And I had eaten at this pita place that had given me food poisoning before. I don't know why I went there. And it had given me food poisoning again. And it hit as I was walking across the Burnside Bridge in Portland. And I was like, oh my God, I have to find a bathroom right now. And I somehow, through like a miracle of like perseverance, made it to this bar called the Jolly Roger. Which is
it's one of the worst bathrooms.
well, you fucking blew the punchline, dude.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Well, you just ruined my joke.
All right, let's
I was
just
building-
shut it.
I was
Everybody,
building-
close your computer.
I was building up to how gross the bathroom was. I'm not gonna finish the story. I'm not
You
gonna finish the
officiated my
story.
wedding.
I'm
Finish
sorry,
the story.
I'm not gonna do it. Sean, Dylan Blair, will you just pretend like you're not here for a second?
It's gonna feel weird if you don't finish the story, man.
Yeah.
I just need to have like a little family share. Like,
How'd
Sean,
you make
that's
it
really-
all the way
it's
to the
really-
Jolly Roger? How about that? There's plenty of bathrooms from the bridge to the Jolly Roger.
There
It's not even
weren't
close
any.
to
There
Burnside.
weren't weren't any suitable bathrooms. Like I don't know, stuff was like either closed or this was also like 12, 15 years ago maybe. So like I made it to the Jolly Roger and like I walked in there. The bathroom is like Sean said, it's the grossest bathroom we've ever seen, and the stall doesn't have a door on it.
No,
Oh.
No door on it.
No,
It's
I'm
just
so
like-
worried for you right now. I'm so
Oh,
worried.
God.
It's just a toilet with no door, and there's like a
Uh-huh.
urinal next to it. And I was just like, it has to happen here.
And there's no lock. You can't
Oh,
lock
no.
There's
the big
no
door,
door.
so.
There's no anything. So you just had to like go in and just like deal with it. And if somebody walked in, nobody walked in. Thank God. But like if somebody walked in, you just have to be like,
Had to happen.
You've been at this place in your life, and I'm at this place now, and it just happened to be at the Jolly Roger. So I'm sorry if any. I know you're grossed out, but you would need. Please just feel empathy. Find whatever empathy is inside of you.
Oh my God, the Carmel Guardian Angels were with you that
They
day.
were with me that night. They were like, or whoever walked by the bathroom could feel the energy of someone having like absolute food poisoning, diarrhea. It was terrible. Yeah.
I remember one time in high school, I had a horrible experience like that. That was bad. I had to rush to the bathroom, and then I heard there is this guy who started kicking open the doors of every like stall, and he got to mine and he kicked it open and he saw me, but then he just kind of like walked away, and he was a freshman and I was a senior. I'm like, oh, how dare you make me feel powerless, you freshman.
That's not a freshman move. What did this guy go on to do? He either runs a Fortune 500 company or is a serial killer.
I think the second.
You don't get much more powerless than sitting on the stall when someone kicked the door open too. That's a real I'm very vulnerable.
I was so vulnerable.
We didn't even have doors in our high school. They took all the doors off every guy's bathroom and every stall door. They took all of them off because so many kids were doing bad stuff. So we didn't have.
But what if you have to shit? That's like inhumane.
You had to do it in the open, pretty much, and that's why nobody did. You could go to the gym locker room, so you could go at gym. They had around the corner that like around the shower. There still weren't doors, but people knew. Sometimes you could do that, but otherwise, every single bathroom in my middle school and high school, all the doors were gone in all the guys' bathrooms. Pretty crazy.
The girls have it?
Girls had them, yeah.
Oh, thank God.
That's kind of hot, though.
Yeah.
It was, you couldn't do anything gnarly, that's for sure.
That's kind of like the Stonewall bathrooms.
Yeah,
Are they just wide open?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So
it's a free-flowing exchange.
Basically, men aren't allowed to shit anywhere unless it's like prison shitting.
Yeah,
you really had to go if you had to do it. Because I did it a few times. You just had to go like push, just like try to hurry.
Just like go. I guess there's a high premium on the furthest down stall, probably.
And this is here you go. I'm gonna make myself sound terrible, but sometimes people would pee on the toilet paper. So you couldn't do anything.
Can I say something? Men are not right.
I have never understood that the bathroom chaotic person.
It's crazy. It's crazy to think about that. Like, why would you do that? But
it's all self-harm.
It's all self-harm.
It's cutting.
Yeah.
I never did that at school. I did do that at the public pool a couple times. I'm being honest. I did when I was like a little kid, like 8, 9 or something. Peed on the toilet paper. Never at school though.
You've come a long way, Sean.
Yeah, hurt people hurt people.
Blair's first pick is to be the first 5'6" white lady to reverse 360 dunk, roaring like the MGM lion. Backboard shattering, players walking away, silently chewing on their mouth guards. Dylan, it's time for your first pick.
Oh my God, it's hard to follow that. But I want to be the gay who is asked to write the Angela Bassett did the thing, Viola Davis, my woman king, Blanchett Cake, you're a genius, Lady, you are all of us, hung child. I want to be the gay man who is asked to for an award show. It's like Cyndi Lauper wants to do a fun thing celebrating the young thing, and I'm like, okay, you're gonna do a cartwheel, point to the camera, be like, the girlies are in the house, and I'm like, something like that. I want to create that viral moment. I want to write the music, I want to choreograph it, I want to write the lyrics. That is what I want to be known for, the gay who writes that song.
Like you're the guy in town, you're like the specialist where we're like, hey, Michelle Pfeiffer wants to salute the young stars of today.
Absolutely.
And she wants to do like a fun little song and dance thing.
Yeah.
We gotta get Dylan Adler.
Exact 100%. Yes.
Dylan, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Yes.
This feels obtainable for you, actually. This feels like I could see this happening within the next couple of years.
I mean, I've loved award shows, and I love, you know, numbers. I love when it's fun like that. I love writing music. So if I could just get in there and write a song for one of these women to just do, I would really, there's nothing higher than that.
What is the specific, like, there's an alchemy almost to these moments. What is it? Like, where does the woman doing it have to be in her career? Like,
Yes.
Can you break it down? Yeah.
Ideally, it is a woman who is so established in her career, like a actress, like, I don't know, Meryl Streep in some world. She wants to, like, do something fun for the kids and, like, get irrelevant. And so she's like, okay, for Pride Month, I want to do like a thing at the whatever award show where I'm honoring all the films, and so then, like, I'm like, okay. So we book a rehearsal studio, like Pearl Studios, for a week. We, you know, work with a choreographer, and then I write the music, and then we plan it, and then it happens.
It's like it'll be like, it's not Sigourney Weaver, who's like
Jamie Lee Curtis, was she just having a moment, right?
She could do it.
Yeah,
I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis could do one for sure, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I would love to do that with Jamie.
Jamie Lee Curtis at like a GLAAD gala, do it like.
Yes, yeah, she's like, Activia, yeah, like I could, I'm already excited, yeah.
Digestiva.
Yeah, yeah.
She, what's the woman's name who did the Angela Bassett? Ariana DeBose.
Ariana DeBose, yeah.
She's come around on it, right? She's like not embarrassed.
Absolutely.
She's like fully embraced, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she's embraced it, and it's so fun. I think the funniest thing about it was she was giving everything, and the audience was giving nothing. So it was just kind of like, but
it's tough.
Yeah, very tough. And she actually wrote all those words. I didn't realize that.
Oh,
Someone else
she
wrote
wrote
the music.
it?
She wrote it. She wrote it.
Oh my God, that makes it even better.
Interesting.
Yeah, she
Big
wrote
revelation here.
big revelation. And so someone had to write the music and the choreography in it. And so she wrote all that, and she like really wanted to do that. She was excited to do that. And I think it was just kind of, so it was such a, and I'm a theater gay, and I learned who the fuck Ariana DeBose was through that. So I think, I don't know, it can help careers, so.
It's one of those, there's like a lesson where it's like you try to create these moments, you know, when you like work in entertainment, especially like what we did in late night, where you're like, you want to make something that travels,
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
somehow just these weird, like, ephemeral forces come together and make something like the best thing you've ever seen in your entire life.
Yes. Yeah. Somehow you can't control it. It's hard to replicate something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you'll be famous for, you know, lassoing the whirlwind.
Yeah, many times.
I want to write that for one of those. I want to write that song. I want to write it for this girl. Yeah.
That's an excellent pick.
This is
Yeah.
why,
That's gonna happen.
in this situation,
Yeah.
I would have benefited tremendously from going first, because my picks they pale in comparison to these first two. So,
Were you going to take being the theater gay who was asked to write the...
yeah, well, top two things off my list.
You're
Come on.
always doing that. You're stealing my jokes.
I've been doing it for years. Ever since they took the doors off our bathrooms, I tell you, I'm out here stealing stuff.
So we had some technical difficulties.
You had some technical difficulties.
We all had some technical, all together as a family, we had some technical difficulties. And I think it's because the world was quaking in anticipation
Yeah.
of Sean Jordan's first pick, and it was thrown off like magnetic rays.
Wait,
that just
no, I'm
disrupted.
fourth.
Oh, wait, you are? Oh, it's my first pick.
Yeah, geez, you scared the bejesus out of me. I will go third.
The world was still quaking in anticipation of your first pick. I just happened to have the next one.
I feel like you're gonna be a buffer for mine. My shit's so basic. I feel like you're gonna. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just not giving you enough credit. Go ahead.
With my first pick, I would like to be famous for being a reformed art thief who now helps catch other art thieves.
Yeah, There you go.
Oh,
That's fun.
wow.
Oh, that's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that's really cool.
Oh my god.
Like I wear like, you know, like immaculate wardrobe. I still have a lot of money. Like obviously there's some heists they didn't pin me for, you know? Like and I got out of the game. I just have like endless reserves of money. And there's like a New Yorker profile about me. I'm the one when people break into like the Berlin Museum of Modern Art and steal a bunch of like Munches or whatever. I'm the one who they bring in to help track down the art thief.
Oh my god, you're like part 2 of Inside Man.
It's a little Inside Manny. It's a
Yeah.
little Thomas Crown affair. I'm definitely on big boats. I'm definitely on catamarans a lot. I definitely have a lot of
Catamarans.
flowing shirts. You can see me in a cravat if you time your life right. Like it's that. That's the kind of thing I've got going. A lot of time in cafes with very small coffees.
Ooh.
What
Oh.
made you stop stealing the art? What changed?
I realized that like I was stealing this art and then I was selling it to people where they would just put it in their houses and no one could ever see it. So I was like taking it from museums and then selling it to people. And one day, when I was in the Guggenheim, I was about to steal like a beautiful Manet, and I saw a child walk up to it, and I saw like the light in this child's eyes. Like I saw just like synapses forming, like an appreciation for this art, tugging on like his dad's sleeve, and the dad walked over and kneeled down and put his arm around the kid and started pointing stuff out about the painting. The very painting that I was about to steal later that night. And I said, this has to stop. This has to stop now.
Wow.
And that was it for me. That was it for me.
Life
Wow.
is such a roller coaster.
Yeah. I spent the rest of my life just sort of trying to make sure that moment happens as often as possible.
Oh my god.
I'm
Yeah.
stunned right now.
Yeah.
Did you want to be an artist yourself? And was it like a, you know, jealousy
I definitely had
maybe?
when I was at, in this situation, I went to Eton, and then when I was in Oxford, I was definitely, even though I was American, I was definitely studying a lot of art history and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I also played rugby. I was on the ropes course, you know, like a lot of that kind of stuff. And I was a scholarship kid. I didn't have the same money as everybody else. So
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time around all these like very rich, very privileged, like
Yeah.
British upper crust society people.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't have the same thing, and they had all these wonderful things. They would go to Stad to go skiing during winter break. I would have to go back home and like work the entire time. And I started to covet these very nice things. And that led me into a life of like art, thievery. But eventually I realized the error of my ways.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
That
this
beautiful.
is majestic.
This is all in the profile. Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Oh, you guys are making me feel like I've never been on this show before. This is so ridiculous, the stuff that I'm about to say.
Sean, you are valuable, you are smart, and you are kind.
I did pretty well. Thank you, and thank you. I did pretty well in the freezer foods draft, which would have been last week in the time that this comes out. So I can
Oh
I
my
can
god,
beef it on
freezer
one.
foods? Oh yeah. If you think I'm not listening to that one, you're out of your fucking mind.
I think Freezer Foods was 2 weeks ago when this came out, because it just dropped.
I did.
It just dropped on Thursday. Freezer Oil Foods? Yeah, it's out. It's in the world, dude.
Oh, it did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I did all right on that one. So
Yeah, you
anyway.
did. You're also handsome, you're
Freezer
forthright.
Foods.
and
Oh
tall.
my gosh.
Yeah, yes.
Happily married with a child,
You're a good
successful
driver.
skateboarder.
Beloved friend.
Your Comedy Central set was amazing.
Wow.
As was your late show
Back
set.
at you, my friend. It was fun, man. It was fun.
You've got a great handshake and a beautiful head of hair.
Yeah,
it.
tall too. You're also
Yeah.
tall.
Yeah.
Tight ass.
Tight ass,
Dude.
dude. You could bounce a quarter off that thing.
Yeah.
You know, I was getting fitted for a suit for my, and thank you, by the way, Dylan. This brings to mind this story. I don't know, not saying if I do or do not, but I was getting fitted for my suit, and the tailor, he got to like right around bottom of my butt, and he goes, "You do skateboard?" I was like, "Wow."
Wow.
Well, thank you.
That is
Because we
so
had been
hot.
small talking a little bit, but yeah,
Oh
it
my
was like,
god.
holy
A
buckets,
little
thanks,
chit
man.
chat.
And then what happened?
And then I asked him, I was like, do you really call it dressing to the right or the left? And he goes, yeah, we do really call it that. I never believed that when they say dress to the right or the left, like which way does your penis hang? when you on like if it hangs or whatever. And I asked him if that was true or just something people have made up over the years, and he's like, no, it's true. Some people, like, you have to plan where it's gonna go if you're fitting a suit.
I've never heard of this in my life.
Yeah.
I didn't know. You can learn the craziest things talking to men.
Yeah. He also told me XYZ because my fly was down. I've never heard that. It means examine your zipper. Never knew that either.
That's
So
classic.
He wanted to fuck that ass. Can I just say that's.
we had a rapport, me and this man. And it was a good suit, good cheap suit. I was excited.
Yeah, you want your tailor to be gay, I think.
Yeah.
You hope for it.
I think so. At least a little. You want him to be gay or very old and British, or very old and from Hong Kong.
Right.
Yes.
I think those are the three. Sean Jordan, what is your first and then your second pick?
Well, okay, so
Don't get stage fright, Sean. We just told you what it is. Come on, let it fly, brother.
my first pick
Let
was
it dress to the right, baby.
XYZ.
just to say my first pick was be the first person to shatter a backboard. I
Well,
cannot
no, it
take that
wasn't.
now,
No, it
but that's
wasn't
what it
because
was.
that was Blair's pick. So no, it
So
wasn't.
I want to be famous for swimming from Los Angeles to Hawaii.
Whoa.
That's good. That's good.
I don't know how it works. I don't know if you can be in the water that long even. I don't know if I have to have a boat and anchor it, and then I sleep on the boat, and then I get back in the water where it anchored, and then I swim for a whole nother day. But I want to be... What?
Sean Amelia Earhart.
Yeah. When people do that kind of thing, like somebody
Yeah.
swam from like New York to England, or maybe it was some incredible length. Maybe that's not what it was, but they do. They sleep on a boat that like anchors where they get done that day, and they sleep on that. And the boat kind of follows them. There's this weird like net, at least from what I saw. There's like a net that's built out from the boat that they swim within, and the boat like kind of like chugs along beside it.
So it's not absolutely like breathtakingly terrifying. In my mind,
Yeah.
I'm a little more open water than that. Like the boat is away from me. But yeah, I don't know. Just be sick would that be?
Luna bars, kind bars. How are you preparing?
I imagine. Yeah. Luna bars, kind bars, cliff bars.
Yes.
That's
Lot
gotta
of
be the
bars.
worst part of the whole thing.
Luna
A
bars?
bar, not a good food. No
You
way,
like
no
the
thanks. No thanks. Rather
My
wither
fucking
away than eat
bars
that
are
brick of
gross.
shit. You kidding me?
I
They're
love bars.
disgusting.
I love bars. I gotta be the dissenting voice in this. I don't know why.
I'm right in the middle. I like a cliff bar, but they're not as good for you as people think, a cliff bar specifically. There's so much sugar, right? So it's
Sure,
not
yeah.
actually that great for you.
Yeah.
So now when I figured that out, it's like, whatever, I'll just have my Skittles.
Blair is skeptical.
I'm waiting for everyone to just drop into the truth right now.
I don't mind bar on an airplane.
You know, bar, when it's essential, I will absolutely eat a bar, but it does taste so factory. It
Yeah.
tastes so factory. And if I could, I actually don't mind Orgain muscle, that protein powder, that stuff I like.
Right.
But a bar, it really depends. It has to be one of those X bars where it's like, this is just 2 eggs and 2 dates.
That's the one I do. That's
I like
it
that.
bar.
I like that one. That's it. I like those
That's
ones.
it. They're like 9 peanuts, 3 dates.
Uh-huh.
No big deal. That's
The
what's
big
in
dog
here.
is
Some
not having
raspberries.
it.
No, I just think this whole conversation is sad, and I just wish better for all of you. And I think one day I hope you all reach the point where you furtively decide to stop robbing yourselves of joy and creativity. And I look forward to when that day comes.
It's an airplane specific thing for me. It's specifically I eat it on an airplane when there's
So you
not a
mean
better
emergency life or death situation?
emergency life or death situation.
It's easy to have, like, it's easy just to have in a back. You could throw like 4 of them in a backpack. This will happen where, like, if you're in some city and there's just nothing open at 2 or whatever, and you really want something, have a few bars in your bag, and it's always it's a decent little go-to. That's pretty
Oh
much
yeah,
my version
sure,
of
but You know what the big dog does. You won't catch me without 5 to 7 grass-fed meat sticks in my backpack. No, I roll deep. You won't catch me in that situation. You won't catch me off guard.
I love those, but I had to start watching my sodium. Those things go heavy in the salt.
Is that true, Ian?
Yeah, they do.
It's true that I had to start watching my sodium. I don't think it's true
For
that
me,
you do.
maybe that's why I have high cholesterol.
That wouldn't be the sodium. That would be the cholesterol. I mean, that would be the cholesterol in there. But if your blood pressure's good, you're good.
Oh yeah, my blood pressure's tight as hell.
Yeah, you're all right then.
So yes,
Cholesterol.
swimming class. That when I went in, my doctor, the last time I got like a full-on checkup, he did everything, and then I think it was cholesterol. He leaned in, he goes, "I'm not thrilled about your cholesterol." He goes, "Everything else is fine." He said it just like that, and I go, "Okay, so."
You have a gay doctor too.
Same, my doctor told me to go on a diet for 3 months and come back, and I said, "You wish, bitch." I said, "You wish, bitch."
No
Anyway.
chance.
Swimming to Hawaii, and then second pick, I'd like to be
Wait.
the only. Oh, hold on,
I mean,
hold on.
I'm looking into, like, according to ChatGPT, it would take several weeks. The distance between California and Hawaii is roughly 2,400 miles. So for physically possible to swim non-stop, it would take an Olympic-level endurance swimmer several weeks.
Non-stop, no sleeping.
Non-stop. This is not a safe or realistic
Well,
endeavor. Ocean
that
currents,
would
weather
make him
conditions,
famous.
Sharks, other marine
Sure.
life make it extremely dangerous.
More like sharks from all those bars. Listen, I don't care what. I don't care what a
You know
robot
where
has
you
to say.
don't need doors to shit.
No, sorry, the ocean.
God's giant bathroom.
Yeah.
No, I would be in the water the whole time. My skin would be gone by the time I got to Hawaii.
It would be.
I say Hawaii. I'm just,
Hawaii.
you know, that kind of guy.
It's an ally.
Second,
You're a local.
yeah, I am. Not some howling. The second pick is I would like to be the only NFL receiver who never dropped a pass.
Oh, your nickname be?
Cool.
Mr.
Sticky
Perfect.
hands, dude.
Mr.
Mr. Perfect. Well, I can't have the same nickname in this that I do in general. So
Yes.
I think since this is like a fictional situation, you have to be like, yeah, sticky hands or something.
What if you could accomplish this by catching one pass and retiring.
I might do that. I mean, if I wonder how many you'd have to catch in a row from rookie, like your first pass moving forward. How many you'd have to catch in a row before you did entertain that as being like, should I just stop playing? Like if you
Check it
caught
out.
70 passes in a row from first 2 seasons, you never dropped a pass. It would enter your mind like if I had stopped right now, I technically I would have that record.
Are you in this situation like an amazing receiver, or is this just kind of like a quirk where it's like you're like the third best receiver on your team, and then
Yeah,
one
not
day
that
like
great.
a stat guy's just like, what's crazy is he only catches like 2 a game, but he's never dropped one.
It's just the one thing that it's like the Good Will Hunting where it's like I got this. This is the thing I have. I don't really look any different than I do right now. I'm not in phenomenal shape. But when I can get
Phenomenal.
open,
But you do skateboard.
I do skate. We'll
You
talk
will
about it
tell.
later.
And you have a well-tailored suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like when the coverage trips or something, and I just so happen to get open, I catch the ball.
Every time.
Every single time I catch the ball. It's just something I can do.
Have you ever caught a ball that like a really good quarterback has thrown?
Never. I've always wanted to. There's that story about Brett Favre. He was playing catch with a reporter. I think it's Brett Favre, and they go, "Hey Brett, put something on it," and then he broke his finger. Is that
Yeah.
Brett Favre?
Yeah. It
And
comes
then
in crisp.
I would love to just try to take one in the numbers. One of the many reasons that it would have been nice for Comedy Central to pick up a comedic sports show, but we could have had like actual quarterbacks. Like all the people that are like, I could catch a pass from Tom Brady if you put something on it. You're like, you couldn't. It would
No,
hurt.
you couldn't.
It would hurt your hands.
Yeah, it's like when you shoot a gun and then you fall back
Yes.
on the
Yeah.
ground.
But it just doesn't. It looks easy because everybody else is. It's like anything. When everybody is professional at it, the whole thing's gonna look a little easier than it would be if there's one professional and like 21 people that are normal at it. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Can I tell
That'd
you
be
guys
fun.
something true and sad?
Yes.
Please.
I just want to open up to you guys right now in this moment, if I could.
Please.
I love it.
In 2009,
I don't want it to be hella serious and then I'm dying laughing. Go
I
ahead.
wrote, this is 100% true. I wrote a blog post on my blog. I used to have a blog
Already
about,
said.
yeah, oh, devastating till it gets much worse. I wrote a blog post about how much I admired how much Brett Favre loved his wife.
I'm throwing up.
And then like 4 months later,
I was gonna say, when did everything go down? Like
sexting
right then?
scandal comes out. And I was like, oh, people aren't as they seem all the time? My whole worldview was shattered.
Dylan, Brett Favre then sent text pictures of his penis to a reporter.
Yeah.
To a woman reporter, like, outside of the sacred confines of marriage. Blair, did you write a follow-up blog post?
There was no follow-up blog post.
Do you still have access to it?
No.
So then don't text it to me later.
No, I don't think I do, but honestly, it'd be too sad for me to look at, honestly. Like, I don't want to remember that happened, really.
He's fallen so far since then, too.
Yeah, stealing welfare to build a volleyball gym.
A volleyball gym? A volleyball gym? I thought you said a bowling ball gym. I was like, you need a bowling alley?
Volleyball gym.
No one would have faulted him for building a bowling ball gym.
Yeah, well, I still couldn't take a pass from old Mr. Picture with all the mustard he puts on it. No matter what he does, Brett Favre could be 90, and I probably still couldn't take a pass from him.
No, not in this scenario. You can. You can
Yeah,
take
sure can.
You can take and easily catch the ball from Mr. Fako marriage welfare volleyball guy.
And you can do it every time.
That sounds
Every
like
time.
his wife's like unfunny cousin got a hold of it. He's like, whatever, Mr. Fako marriage. was trying to get her back, and he's like, Mr. Fako marriage isn't coming over, is he? I'll break his goddamn nose.
Excellent pick. Dylan, it is time for your second pick.
These are great. These are awesome.
Needed to hear it.
Okay, this is a really embarrassing, but it's actually I genuinely really want this to happen. I want to be at a gay club and everyone is dancing. The music is flowing. I don't know, like I think a song like Hips Don't Lie is playing right now.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. And I'm on the stage and I'm dancing. And I'm dancing so slutty and so good. Someone takes a video of me dancing slutty and good. And they're like, oh my god, this is such good slutty good dancing. They post the video and it goes viral.
Such good slutty good dancing.
In the gay community. And it's like, oh my god, this guy is so good and slutty and a good dancer. And like it's kind of like I get recognized for that video a little bit.
Yeah.
And like within the gay community, even outside the gay community, but I'm just like known as a really good slutty dancer, and like people kind of want to fuck me from that too, and that's something that's what I want to be kind of famous for.
Yes.
Oh my
This
god,
is
that's
amazing.
an incredible pick.
That's the
Yeah.
perfect kind of famous to be. It's never going to ruin your life.
Yeah.
I bet you get like some free iced coffees out of it. You know what I mean? You definitely get some hookups out of it. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
Are you a good dancer?
I don't think I'm an amazing dancer, but I love
So, yes,
to move,
that's what
and
I'm
I
hearing.
love music,
Okay.
and I love to dance kind of slutty sometimes, and I just kind of want to, I want to be known as like, oh my god, wow, that dancing.
I know in my heart you're a good dancer. Like, I already know that.
Of course, I can tell by...
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good.
I knew it.
Yeah, we all do
Yeah, I'm
that.
pretty good.
You answered that question like a good dancer.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I'm okay, but I
Perfect
feel
amount.
But I do
Yeah.
let the music infuse with my DNA and fix my movement.
I I do let those alleles just match. And
My consciousness is removed from the entire equation. It's just sort of a sacred bond between me and the beat.
Yeah. Are you a good dancer? I mean, I wouldn't know. I'm really never there mentally. I just kind of get taken over by whatever's playing and exist in that field. But yeah, I've been told.
The Emmys just roll in and I just turn my brain off and the choreography just takes over.
Wow.
Does this ever happen? Are there people who like become like micro famous where you're like, where like a video will go around and then you'll see them like at a club and you're like, oh my god, you're that person who was like in that TikTok or whatever?
For that's for porn for me. Like where I see gay porn stars on Twitter and stuff, and I see them in real life, and I'm like, oh my god. But I don't want that. I don't want porn.
No.
I want it to be, oh, he's a good slutty dancer.
You want to, you're one step, people are imagining the sex, but they haven't seen it. That's what's going on.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Yes.
The porn happens in their head after they see you dancing all good.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. This makes sense to me.
There is a woman on Instagram that I started following like right around the beginning of COVID.
Her name is Elizabeth Warren, and we respect her.
And I was just like, this is what I need to be doing. I need to wake up, get my priorities straight. This woman, her name's Sophia something, but she does like, she'll break down a dance move and do it real slow. And it's like the jump, like toe, dance, whatever. Like, I don't know how to do, but she does it, and I was like, I could learn, I could do this. Look at how slow she's doing it. And then she'll clap, and she does this, and then the beat kicks in, and she does it real fast. And I tried 5 or 6 different times. I was like, I'm gonna do what she's telling me to do, and it didn't work. But that's like a viral little kind of dance where I was like, oh, this is fun to watch.
Dancing and choreography is one, I in my experience is one of the most like underrated skill, like for how difficult it actually is.
Yeah.
I remember we were on, forgive me if I've told the story before, but when I was on that show Game On, me and Rob Gronkowski, the professional athlete, had to work with this LA Lakers girl, like their dance team's choreographer, to try to teach us this dance. And like the two of us were in there for like 4 hours learning all the steps in this dance. We still barely got it. It was like incredibly difficult. We just did, like, it was just like my brain didn't accept that kind of information. And neither did his. And he was used to like remembering really complex things. And then James Corden showed up. It was like like not what you think of as a professional dancer, but like has been on Broadway, definitely trained, been in musicals, all that stuff. And like showed up and like got all the moves in 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, and like did it and then nailed it and was like, okay, you do this. Okay, I understand that. And like, just like nailed it, like immediately. I was like, oh shit, this is actually like a really, really, it should be valued and it's like very actually difficult to do, like that kind of stuff.
Shit's hard, dude. I wish people felt that way about stand-up, but they don't. Everybody thinks they can do it on the whole planet. But it is that same thing where you're like, man, I'll never lie to myself and say I'm good at something if I'm not, and I am horrible at dancing. I like to do it. It's fun sometimes, but boy, am I bad at it.
You're good in that you do it, though. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people just don't do it. And you got some moves, man.
I think you can't be bad at it as long as you're not self-conscious. That's what makes you a bad dancer, because people can feel your self-consciousness.
Yeah. Sean, you have potential with that ass, too. You can do a lot.
6 years I've been trying to get a whole podcast going about my butt. Here we go.
Next new thing you get, the guy's going to be like, you're a dancer, aren't you?
You are a dancer. He'll ask, which do you dress to the right or left? I'll be like, both, dude.
Middle. Out. I dress out.
I actually once mixed up my Grubhub delivery guy with my Tinder match, and I texted him, damn, you're a really good dancer. And he was like, wrong number. I was like, oh shit, sorry.
Maybe that put the wind in his sails. Maybe that's what he needed. He went out that night and met his wife.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Blair, it's time for your second or your third picks.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Is that right? Yeah. Wait.
No idea.
Oh, did I skip my pick?
You skipped yourself.
I skipped my second pick.
Let's hear it.
I'm sorry about that. And then we'll get to Blair.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I want to be the third youngest person to EGOT.
Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
I know. There's a lot of pressure on being the youngest, I feel like. The youngest person to be EGOT right now is Robert Lopez, who's like he's a songwriter. So he did what has he done?
Frozen, Book of Mormon, Avenue Q.
All that stuff. Currently, and then John Legend is the next youngest. Now I'm currently younger than both of those people, but I would only have a few months to catch Robert Lopez. Rita Moreno was the third youngest, and she was 45 when she did it. And I think there's something like it's fun to have people drop like a little factoid. You know, Ian Cornell's the third youngest person to win an EGOT.
Absolutely.
Oh wow!
What are you EGOTing for?
I've got the Emmy already.
Well, no, but I mean, what are you? Oh, so that's for writing. So okay, continue. Sorry.
That's for writing. The Oscar is also for writing.
Okay.
I got to be realistic about that. That's for best adapted screenplay.
Okay.
Best adapted screenplay. When I take NBA 2K23.
There we go.
And I turn it
adapting.
I turn it into a searing, but funny, but searing family drama about a NBA rookie navigating the highs and lows of that lifestyle.
Oh, that fucking hits.
Yeah, that hits. The Grammy is for folk. When I record a album with Steve Martin and his band, I go and I just kind of do the vocals. It turns out that like I do have like sort of an amazing folk singing voice. You know, I kind of talk sing my way through it.
That's the thing.
Ian, you have a very good voice. It's very you project very well.
Thank you very much, and I return the compliment. But it turns out that it's actually perfectly suited for folk. I have a strep throat incident in my early 40s that actually produces this amazing gravel. Anyway, I get the folk Grammy for that. And then the Tony Award is just straight up Bye Bye Birdie. I'm back. I'm in it. It's just it's just best lead actor. Nobody saw it coming, but I knock it out of the park, and that's where I'm going from here on out.
Are they all roughly the same size? I've only seen an Emmy in person.
Tony is kind of like humble, isn't it?
It is kind of humble. It's light.
Yeah.
It's not that heavy. It's kind of small. Yeah.
And it spins, right? Isn't it like the little thing in the middle?
Yeah. It spins. It's the spin. It's the thing that spins. A friend of a friend won one for orchestration, and they were passing it around.
Amazing.
Fun.
The Emmy's fucking heavy and sharp and dangerous.
It's cumbersome. It's a big one.
The Oscar is heavy too. It's got some weight to it.
The Grammy is like just a block, right? It's the
gramophone.
The gramophone, yeah. But it's like the end of it's like just a big cube, right? I mean, like
cube
the gramophone
with like a little gramophone on it.
Yeah.
I want the Tony to be obviously for Tevye from Fiddler on the Roof.
I was gonna say, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know what I was talking about.
You've been screaming about that for years.
It's insane. It's insane to me.
But
I want to be the third youngest person. Rita Moreno I don't think she's going to mind being the fourth youngest. You know what I mean? Rita Moreno, her Hall of Fame plaque is already carved. She's locked. She's in there. But I think it'd be a fun little factoid. Anyway, that was my second pick that I forgot to do. Blair, time for your second and third picks.
I look forward to it, Ian.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll be front row in the cheering section. You can count on that. All right, here we go, boys.
Let's get serious. Let's do it.
I want to be famous for biting a bull shark and winning. I think I'm probably better than anything I can think of. Just a bull shark unsuspectingly meeting its maker one day. Thought it was just gonna be a light appetizer, and I turned out to be this motherfucker's worst nightmare. This guy thought that he was gonna get a half-off happy hour bite, and I turned out to be the bigger bull shark, the Blair shark, bitch. Try me. I'm out there on an 8-foot board on a glassy day, just minding my own fucking business, looking for a sick left, and you thought I was unprepared? Psych, bitch! It's the Blair shark.
Dude, little Orange County came out there. I don't see it a lot out there on a glassy day. Oh my god, that was
Bull
great.
sharks are fucking nasty. Those are the nasty ones, right?
Oh, those are the big boys, Ian.
Yeah.
Those
like-
are the big heifer kahunas.
They go after people. They're like, I didn't think you were a seal. I knew you were a person. I'm coming for you anyway. That's that shark, right?
Yeah, to me in my head, in my brain, it's the shark from Finding Nemo, the big boy.
Yeah.
And I just love the idea of it thinking, you know, that I ain't shit, and then I come off as a surprise.
We got a little snack on our hands. You do, but you're the snack, bro.
But the bull shark's my snack.
Yeah, when you look up bull shark, there's a Fox News headline: Florida spear fisherman survives bull shark attack. Quote, he wanted me.
Bull shark survives run-in with the Blair shark.
With the Blair shark. 1 month ago, 13-year-old girl punches bull shark in Florida to escape attack. Yeah. Have you seen a shark when you've been out in the water before?
Not surfing, no, thank God.
Yeah.
But
So
I've
scary.
seen one before. You know what's kind of creepy is I've gone to, again, not to be too on the nose, but I've gone to Catalina Island. Ever heard of it?
Yes.
Every summer since I was born, and they have a lot of great white sharks there.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And you've seen one? You've seen like a
No,
fin?
I haven't
Oh.
seen one. I have never seen a great white like that I know of. I've seen a lot of like smaller ones that I don't know what type of sharks they are.
I've seen some little guys. I've definitely seen some little guys when I was scuba diving and snorkeling and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Where
never
do you
anything
surf?
too big.
No, not currently, no. Not in my adulthood. I mean, like, I did as a child. I was raised a little surfer dude, but now in my old age, I'm very weak, and I really only go once a year on a perfectly hot day after 2 Coors Lights and my whole family screaming at me that I'm a pussy.
Can you still get up?
Yeah, but like barely. Like, I mean, literally barely. I need a fucking tow truck.
I love surfing.
You can surf?
Yeah.
You
yeah.
surf still?
Yeah, I surf. I love surfing. My uncle in Ventura County taught me.
Oh, there's so many sexies up in Ventura County.
There are. There
Have
are.
you seen a shark surfing, Dylan?
No, but I've seen many seals and
Oh.
many. I've seen dead seals wash up on the shore,
Yeah.
probably from shark attacks.
Locals only, bro. Is that why you just cut them with your board and set them in the shore?
Exactly. I remember I was surfing with my brother once in Waikiki, and there's this guy who passed us who was like, "Hey, you know, if you don't know what you're doing, you gotta go home." And then like my brother and I were like, 10 seconds later, "Speak for yourself." So that is ass. Shark attack.
Perfect amount of time to pass before a comeback.
Exactly.
Excellent pick. Fighting a bull shark or winning. Blair, and your third pick.
Okay. And my third pick. I would also like to be famous for being the chef that is Stanley Tucci's favorite cook he's ever met. Can you imagine? I think that's better than even winning a fight with a bull shark. Stanley would invite me over all the time. We would eat so many gluten-anchored dishes and drink so much Barolo and drive happily along coasts in vintage Porsches and convertible Jaguars from the 60s. And I would wear a silk scarf on my fucking head with tiny sunglasses and a smile so big. And I would be always a little drunk and always extremely full and sillily smiling.
Fucking,
That is the perfect pick.
Wow.
It
I
is.
fucking love Blair.
That is incredible.
Always be a little drunk and extremely full.
Yeah.
You were in one episode of Stanley Tucci Eats in Italy where it's like, but you were like traveling with him. It's like Stanley and Blair in Tuscany.
And he's so kind of mystified by my culinary skills that he's a little nervous around me.
Yeah.
Because I'm his favorite chef that he was always dying to meet, and I sort of have this skill set that he just can't even fathom or find anywhere else on the whole planet.
What's the dish you make that, like, for him, it's like you have to try Blair's this?
God. You know, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Because I want to say some sort of rare, obscure pasta, but I think the real skill lies in doing something generic and being the best at it. Like the single-handed best lasagna in the world or something like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Sure. It's amazing. You can do the whatever puttanescas. You can do the complex risottos, but this is just down home. It's 8 ingredients, and that's what's crazy.
Yep.
There's
Sure.
8 total ingredients.
Right
in
on
this.
Main Street lasagna, and you're the best in the world.
Head and shoulders above anyone else on our good planet.
Just 2 5'6" legends, Stanley Tucci and Blair Saki. Amazing pick. Dylan, time for your third pick.
I want a video of me I am about to get hate crimed on the street.
Oh!
And
Whoa.
they're gonna try to fight me, and I knock them out in the middle of the road, and I knock them out, and then everyone starts to cheer, and like I get interviewed on Ellen, like, oh, it was crazy. I was like, he was like, gay, and I'm like, and then I just knocked him out, and it was, whoa. You know? And
Yeah.
I think that'd be really cathartic for other people. And yeah, I wanna have a video of me knocking someone out, and then I'm like, oh my God, it was, wow, I can't believe that happened, but here I am.
I can't even
I was
describe
forced
it.
to do this thing, but it happened. I ended up on top.
Exactly. A little just Jesse Smollett kind of moment for me.
Sure.
I don't start fights, Ellen, but I will end one.
Exactly. That vibe.
Yeah,
That
you're
vibe.
holding a T. You have a T.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You don't want to see my bad side.
Is there
Like
is
that.
is it a punch? Are you punching them, or is it maybe is there a more complex maneuver? How are you taking this person out?
I want there to be a couple punches, like a couple punches in
Yeah.
the face, in the chest. He tries to swing back. He's a little drunk, I think.
Yeah.
And then roundhouse kick in the neck.
Yes!
He's knocked out.
I fucking love that. Sean, you're a Taekwondo master.
2nd degree black belt, my friend.
Oh, fun.
Non-practicing, but I, at one point in my life, yes.
You were the Taekwondo to Blair surfing.
Yes.
Do you think was there ever a point where you were like, I could probably knock someone out with a roundhouse? Did you have that in the bag? Do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I obliterated a kid's nose one time. I'm not bragging about it, but we were in a tournament, and I just didn't mean to, but I was cornered, and I just popped. Yeah, there was definitely a time when I could have done that.
Was there ever a scenario like in a street fight where you like? I mean, not that you were. I mean, I know you got into some scrapes, but were you ever like, I gotta go to my bag here?
My mom tells me this story. I don't remember this. She says when I was like 7, these kids circled me, these like neighborhood bullies or whatever, and there were like 5 of them. I wish I remembered because it's pretty dope. There were like 5 of them, and then one of them came at me, and I kicked him like in the chest or something, like a side kick, and then everybody was like, whoa, and then like it happened. So according to my mom, so that's pretty dank. I don't remember it at all. But yeah, that was like the one time. Because it doesn't work in a real fight. If you've been in a real fight, people go crazy, and and you're like holding each other and flailing and crying. It's not like a movie. So never works normally. But when you're a kid, it's a little more
It
organized, I
works
guess.
when Dylan's getting attacked.
Yeah. Well,
no,
I'm not
but it does work for me. I'm sorry. Speak for yourself, bitch. It works for me. Sean, that's your truth.
Yeah, I could use pointers from Dylan. It doesn't work for me.
Yes, you could.
Dylan's a 3rd degree black belt in life, bro. So that kind of puts you 2nd degree to
The
shame.
most important black belt there is.
That's an exit. That's fantastic. I feel like you got to drop a quip on him at the end of the video too.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
I'll have what you're having. I don't know.
It doesn't quite work, but it's so raw
No.
in the moment that people start yelling that now at fights.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a bunch of World Star videos where people are yelling like, "I'll have what you're having," like at the end,
Yeah.
which just catches
Something
on.
like that, or like you'll be charged $5 for canceling your lift.
Yeah.
Just walk away.
Yeah. Or don't mess with the tight pussy bitch.
Yeah.
I like that. Don't mess with the tight pussy bitch.
That's really cool. I would love to say that one day.
I would just like that to be something the kids start doing. Like,
That's
man,
genius,
look at
Dylan.
what the kids are saying. They're just they're walking up to random people and saying that.
Yes.
I feel like the kids always start doing violent stuff, like that bricking thing where they just walk up to strangers and deck them in the back of the head. I want it to be something like that, where they just walk up and like hop in front of someone, say that,
Oh my
and then just
God,
dip.
that's so scary.
Absolutely.
I don't like groups of teens.
No.
They're
No,
terrifying.
Scary.
Well, now with the internet too, they're like, oh, that you know, every generation or whatever, kids think they need to do crazier shit than their parents did when they were that age. I don't know. It's just they don't need to take it any farther. You start going backwards. Calm down. Do funny shit.
Yeah. Unless it's the cast of Newsies, a group of teens can't do anything for me.
Yeah, well, maybe they're disgruntled because they have to shit with no door. I can't imagine what that would have led me to, a life of crime.
For sure. I'd be punching people in the back of the head.
Yeah.
It led me to cutting class a lot. That was like the first few times I ever skipped. Was like, oh, I'm just gonna go handle this, and then why go back to school? You know,
Well, you were forced to do that. That wasn't even.
it was their fault.
Yeah.
They didn't want me to graduate college. They set me down the path early when they took off that first door. It's not my fault. I couldn't do anything about it.
Well, regarding you graduating college, you know who did want it? God did.
God did. Ian sent me an audio text of that the other day. Friendship.
God did. It's time for my third. It's time for my third pick, and with my third pick, I'm going to take. I'm famous for inventing a popular Dairy Queen dessert.
Ooh, that's
Ooh.
You invented the Blizzard?
That's a
I mean,
great
it's not
one.
It's not the Blizzard. It's not the Dilly Bar. It's a new thing.
Oh.
That's great.
It's a new thing, and there's some inspiring story. You know,
DQ stock plummeted, and then you got in there. You were like,
I was working. I had a summer job at Dairy Queen. You know, like during high school in this scenario, and I had the first idea to take an ice cream bar. I don't know if this is it. I'm just going off the top right now. I didn't think about this, but I take an ice cream, just ice cream, not chocolate covered yet. It's ice cream. It's on a stick. I roll one half in peanuts. Okay. I roll the other half in. Let me see if I can land this plane. I roll the other half in hot caramel. Okay. And then we take that, we dunk that into chocolate, and we, you know, the hard shit, the magic shell, we let that form, and then we dunk half of it into that cherry.
sure.
I might have gotten over my skis on the cherry. I might
Oh,
not
you're
have.
fine. So it's like an ice cream corn dog?
It's like an ice cream corn dog. Yeah, a little bit.
It's
A little bit.
Caramel.
I'm in the
Caramel
same
dip.
room with the genius scientist right now.
Yeah. And like fucking, it just catches on huge. All of a sudden, I'm at Dairy Queen corporate. They're moving me up the ladder. I'm walking down a hallway, and like and then 10, 15 years down the line, the new Dairy Queen recruits are there at corporate, and they're like, "Who's that guy?" And they're like, "Oh, that's Ian Carmel." And they're like, "You mean?" They're like, "Yeah, the guy who invented the caramel."
Oh
And then the
my
door
fucking
closes.
God.
And then the door closes. I'm in the lab. I'm in the lab working on other stuff. That's just the beginning. That's just the beginning for me. I'm in there like doing all sorts of the dessert hot dog too. That's a whole thing I can't even really talk about yet, honestly, on this podcast.
Dairy Queen has,
Oh my God.
if you are getting a hottie, the hottie to get is their chili dog. If you could make like a dessert version of a chili dog, I don't know how that's happening. I'm not the one doing this. You are.
If I may politely disagree with you on the hot eat category,
You think it's chicken strips?
the Dairy Queen chicken strips.
You get a chicken strip anywhere. Their chicken strip isn't great. The gravy is good. The chili dog is good all by itself. You don't
Don't
need.
talk to me like I was born yesterday.
Sounds like you were born earlier today.
I'm not over your invention. You know, it's not every day that you're in a room where you just feel like you got better. You were made better by the people around you, elevated by the imagination, the ingenuity, if I could be so fucking bold. It's a pleasure. It's a gift. I feel grateful right now.
I wish I could take credit for it, but honestly, I just kind of blacked out, and the dessert spoke through me. I was a vessel.
With the DNA and just...
Yeah, like Dylan's dancing, I was not involved in whatever just happened there.
That was incredible.
Yeah.
kinda
That
want
was genius.
now. I kind of want.
It's good.
Cherry caramel chocolate.
I
Yeah.
don't know. The cherry might be a step too far, or maybe
No.
that's what's great about it. Maybe the fact that it is audacious. It's
No,
what we
it
need
tipped
right
the
now.
scales.
Yeah.
Make the stick edible, so I don't have to eat around the stick. So I can just like
That's an
I want to
idea.
eat the whole stick.
That's a big idea.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of idea. That's the kind of idea that might get you in trouble down at Dairy Queen corporate, though. I'll tell you that.
Well, let's start our own company, man.
All
Queen
right.
Dairy.
Okay, we break on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have Dairy Queens everywhere anymore. I don't know if there's one in LA. I don't know if that I've seen a Dairy Queen down here.
There's, I think, up in Burbank. I think there's one that Zach and I used. No surprise, Zach and I used to go to it.
I'll be making a trip when the weather improves.
Yeah. There's one.
Sean
You gotta
Jordan.
get out of the middle of the city. Is it me?
It's time for your third and fourth mix.
Shit. How am I? See, this is making me look like I've never done. Okay. I want to be.
Dylan, just so you know, Sean is always this unprepared and unprofessional for
I don't know. I don't know.
I thought so.
Yeah,
I
you
get nervous because everyone's so good, and this is one that I was
You're
just
so good.
Thank you. All right, I'll stick to what I want to invent. I wanted to have invented the remix machine, the Coke remix machine. I want to be the one that invented that. I mean, I can't try to make something up that I didn't have on my list.
Well, I saw on Bill Oakley's, whatever his socials,
Yes,
that there is
the
a
condiment.
Heinz condiment remix machine.
Dude,
Oh.
Just so everyone knows why remix machine, just in case, I mean, there's 100% of our listeners know what a remix machine is, I think. But it's that you like press, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, now it's a little bit Diet Coke. Now it's like a lemon cherry Diet Coke. And now
or
it's
vanilla Sprite,
Yeah.
you can get it. Bill Oakley's thing, did you watch the whole video, Ian?
No.
So what it does is you can pick, it's like ketchup, ranch, barbecue sauce, or mustard or something like that. So you pick one of those, and then below that it's got like buffalo teriyaki, whatever. So like you can make buffalo teriyaki ketchup if you want, and then you put a little ramekin in the thing, and it dumps out the ingredients, and it just like vibrates the ramekin around, so it mixes everything perfectly. Then you pull it out, and you have perfect tiny little amount of teriyaki buffalo ketchup. It is sick. I'm a condiment guy.
To quote,
Big.
my favorite anti-Semite, Kanye West, no one man should have all that power.
Yeah, and I feel like without my invention of the Coke remix machine, that doesn't get invented. So
Yeah.
you are welcome. I'm out here making moves for the Gen Pop.
Is anyone here a remix soda machine? Anybody go to bat on that, Sean? I feel like you would be the one.
Of course I do.
What do you get up to on that thing?
So when I worked for ABC Mouse, they had Mellow Yellow. So we had a remix machine in the cafeteria. Free ice cream and free soda. That's what they gave us at the call center. It's like, fuck you. So they had Mellow Yellow, which I haven't had for a minute. And then every day I'd do like grape or peach or strawberry, lime, lemon. It's peach Mellow Yellow. Forget about it. So
I
good.
love mixing different fruits.
Dude, it's like
Ugh.
people shit on all these Mountain Dew flavors. Give me anything you want to try, except for the Flamin' Hot. Don't mix Flamin' Hot with the soda, but give me anything. Give me, like, there's one right now that tastes like a bomb pop, and it's fantastic. You don't want to drink the whole thing; it'll put you down. But yeah, it's like 4th of July Mountain Dew. Sign me up.
Yeah.
Who am I trying to be cool for? I'm married. I got a kid. Give me all your fucking weird Mountain Dew. Send it to me. I'll guzzle it out of a pint glass. I'll put it on the internet for you.
You're like the human X Games, dude.
That's true. I co-sign.
Yeah, I just got way too upset about that last night in the green room for somebody who didn't care one bit about my opinions on Mountain Dew. But for some reason we got talking. I was like, and all these fucking people think they're too cool to drink a Mountain Dew. Like, whatever. If you like a Mountain Dew, just drink a Mountain Dew. And he's like,
Who are these people who think they're too cool to drink a Mountain Dew?
Most people, well, nobody back home, but like most people on the coasts, I feel.
Dave, my wife has never had a Mountain Dew.
There you go. I remember I went to the beginning of this shit. I went to Taco Bell one time with our friends Anthony and Heather, and our friend Heather was eating Taco Bell, and she goes, "Oh, I can't believe I'm doing this. It's so gross." And I'm like, "It is not. It's bad for you." And Ian, you had a whole bit about this, but it's like there's a big difference between gross and bad for you. Mountain Dew is bad for you, but it's not gross.
I don't even remember that bit.
That was pretty much it. We were just complaining about the same thing. We were kvetching, if you will. And
yeah.
People say it's gross. Like, no. Bad for you.
It's bad
Big
for you.
difference.
I'm too productive. My work just spans. It's too much to take in. And your fourth pick, Sean Jordan.
I mean, you didn't have a bit about it, so don't be upset when I do a bit about it tonight and then put it on TikTok, because I'm out here too.
Bro.
The next pick is, I want to be the only absolutely confirmed stone cold evidence of an alien abduction. I want that to be me. Irrefutable.
Wow. That is a good one.
That is a great one.
There's absolutely no doubt. It is scientific. It is a fact, like death and taxes, that I was abducted by aliens.
Like people saw it happen.
Everything you need to make it a fact. There's no, because this is a fiction, so there's no holes in this story.
You were at the Oregon State Fair and you had just walked out of the world's biggest steer tent. And you were like, I honestly thought it would be bigger.
I was like,
It
nothing
was big.
cooler.
You're like, it was big. Don't get me wrong, because people are going to think I've been saying it wasn't big. It was big, but I thought the world's biggest would be bigger than that.
Right.
And then, from the clouds, a UFO descends, and the laser beam come down, the tractor beam, and you start
Straight
floating up.
Just like you would have
so
seen
many
in-
phones.
In like the 50s when they're like, he was abducted by an alien. It was just like, I float up, I'm freaking
Rachel
out.
Ray was there filming like a Food Network, like Best State Fair Food special, and like you're in the background of her shot. So
Yep.
even Rachel Ray is like going on the news being like, I saw it happen.
Dr. Drew saw it.
Yeah.
This is too cool. This is too good. This pick
That's a
is
great
too
one.
good. This pick is too good. I'm gonna jump off this fucking black leather couch right now. I can't
No, you're
even
probably
handle
stuck.
it.
Yeah, it's leather couches, they'll get you. But yeah, I don't know, I just think it'd be like, and then, I'm okay, and then I can kind of speak to what's happening. And also we know there's
And you become best friends with Mark Hoppus.
Yes.
Is that the alien guy or is it Tom DeLonge? Which one is
great
it?
question.
One of them's
It's
an
one of
alien guy?
Oh, one of them's a big alien guy,
He
dude.
like retired Blink-182 to become Alien Man, and now they but he's still Alien Man. But even though the bands got back together, definitely.
Tom DeLonge.
I'll tell you, not for nothing. I'm gonna see Blink 182 at some
Yes.
Let's all go together. Let's all
go together.
point. I would
to.
my wife just got home, so I can't say how much I would pay whatever tickets cost for.
I would too. They're in
We
LA.
would have so much fun.
Yes.
We
yes.
should get a group and go. That would be so fun.
We talked about it for Vegas last year, didn't we? Like, weren't we kicking it
Oh
around?
no,
Like,
it's too soon. We'll be in. It's the 16th and the 17th.
Oh, damn.
So-
well,
They'll
let's
be back.
I'm,
They'll do it.
yeah, they're not done touring. I want to see them desperately. Because I might have seen them at a Warped Tour before I cared. And I can't remember if I did or not.
My mom never let me go to Warped Tour, even though it was 15 minutes away from
Blair,
my hometown.
we're surfing today, and there will be no more talk of the Warped Tour.
That literally did happen.
Big Dog will get the fuck out on the water today, and that will be the end of it.
Yeah. If you go to the Warped Tour, you're a pussy. You know.
You know that thing.
Dylan, how did you know what my mom sounds like?
Yeah. So, being the confirmed alien abduction. No,
That's so
no way to
cool.
refute it.
I think you would be a great guy to send to the aliens. I would be very if they were like,
Yes.
hey, Sean is the one dealing with aliens. I'd be like, we're in good hands.
Yeah,
I'll
I
give it a
agree.
shot.
Yeah.
I try to be diplomatic while I'm up there.
Time for my fourth pick. With my fourth pick, this was a little bit in line with your pick, but I'm going to take it anyway. I'm going to be. I'm sorry. Whatever. This was on my list. I'm running out of things.
Who cares?
I met Bigfoot, and I have proof, but I didn't share any of the details with anybody.
Whoa, that's even
So-
cooler.
You have proof, but we have to trust that you have proof, or like
No,
you
I
prove
have
it.
proof. I have there's footage. I have a hair sample, whatever. But people are like, "Where is he?" I'm not saying it. I'm not telling anybody.
There you
anything.
go.
They're like, "Where was it? Was it was it in Oregon? You're in Oregon a lot." Okay, well, maybe, but I'm not gonna say where it was. I'm keeping
Yeah.
that to myself.
About as deep as I dive into conspiracies is I'm not completely sold. There's not a Bigfoot. I mean, that's about as deep as I go. Also, you just can't. Jet fuel doesn't cut steel beams at a 90-degree angle.
Well,
That's a whole. I mean,
that's
that's
a
just
big one for
factors.
him.
You can't really.
That's a big one for But
Yeah.
maybe I even have video of Bigfoot, and again, people have checked it out. It can't be fake, but it's just I do it, and I'm taking it to the grave with me. Nobody
I just
can know.
love that you added that part though. Like you have so much chill about it. Like it's sort of like the way you have to be if like you're like the Beyonce security guard or something.
Yeah.
Like that's so cool. I love that was the vibe you had. Like you're like, I'm not a fucking blabbermouth. I'm just like
I gotta protect Bigfoot. I don't trust this world with Bigfoot.
No, yeah.
I think the aliens are gonna be fine because obviously they've developed a way to get here. You know, they're like technologically advanced. That's cool. I think that can be something everybody knows about. But I think Bigfoot, all you know is that I saw him. And I'm not telling you anything else.
And maybe because you're just in certain circles, you're very well. It's like, oh, this guy really did. Maybe after you pass away, there's a biopic about you, and that's how the fame actually.
Yeah.
It's not something that you wanted, but it happened after you passed.
The man who met Bigfoot and didn't tell anybody. And that's the movie. Yeah.
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 Yeah. This is it's a posthumous thing.
Yeah.
That's a good documentary title. I'd watch it. The man who went.
you should write that movie. If Cocaine Bear got made, I mean, I think you can get this off the ground, Ian.
That's true. Secret Bigfoot?
Yeah, Elizabeth Banks will probably listen to this and buy the rights up immediately.
She runs the Reddit. Cocaine Bear was really good. I was shocked. It was really funny. Don't you do that? Don't you get handsome on it? It was really fun. I enjoyed it
I
a
didn't
lot.
see it because I'm famously very scared, except for if I come around the bull shark blood.
You scared of cocaine?
No, scared of violence and gore.
Oh yeah.
Dylan, time for your fourth pick.
Okay, so for my fourth pick, we're gonna go a little bit historical on this one.
Okay.
Alexander Hamilton was bisexual.
Oh!
He fucked a guy, and it's documented. I want to be the guy who fucked Alexander Hamilton. And I'm like, I need money for ink. I'm out of ink money. And I need to be fucked. So, fuck me and give me the money for ink. So, I want to be that guy.
So you're stooping Alexander Hamilton, and then he's also like, hey, I need ink, and he's like, let me help you out.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Because
yeah.
in Alexander Hamilton, Lynn decided to go talk about Mariah and the affair, but they didn't talk about the affair with Dylan Adler and the money that he gave to him. So, absolutely, I want to be known in history as the Hamilton boinker.
Alexander Hamilton's ink boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
The ink boy.
Yeah.
Bring me my ink boy.
That's the perfect proximity to history.
Yeah.
I would never trust myself enough to be in those rooms making those big decisions. You know, I don't want to be in the room where it happened. I want to be in the room later that night hearing about it.
Same bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe somewhere along the line, someone will write a musical about him. My character.
So you broke up a little bit. I think that was on my computer. What you do? Are you in Hamilton? Is that what you were saying?
I want a new Hamilton about the Hamilton boinker.
I love it, dude.
That's fantastic. Have you written a Lin-Manuel Miranda rap about?
Hey yo, I was weak, I was horny, I was really needing ass. The tight ass, yes. Those skateboarding shorts, I wanna get deep in those skateboarding shorts. I wanna come in that ass, I wanna pregnant that abs. Yes, here's your ink money, bitch. I wanna send away my condom. Okay.
Oh
don't know, is
my
that-
god! Oh my god! The talent!
Yeah, dude, that was fantastic. Good on you.
It's intimidating.
Don't
I
make me
can't
feel like a
believe
fraud.
This is gonna be a Peabody for this episode. I can't believe the talent that I am living and breathing around me right now.
Yeah, we're getting
The feeling is mutual. I feel blown away by all these picks.
Blair, we're going to give you a moment to sort of collect yourself after that because we're going to take one more very short break.
With food prices going up, it's hard to decide on what to buy and where to buy. If you are looking for a way to stretch your food dollars, look no further than your neighborhood grocery outlet. We have the name brands you love for 40 to 70% less than regular grocery stores. Our stores are locally owned and operated by people in your community, so we understand the challenges you are facing. Stop by your local grocery outlet today for deals you won't believe.
Grocery outlet, bargain market.
And we're back. Welcome back to All Fantasy Everything, already in progress. Blair Saki in the Rockies is about to make her fourth pick, and then we will enter a lightning round for our
Okay.
final picks.
Okay. Hello, everyone.
Sup, big dog?
It's great to be back from the break. Okay, here we go. I want to be famous for being the second woman to marry James Lesher. Just kidding.
Who's James Leisure?
Remember, I got so clown for him on the last Bald podcast.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Probably one of the most terrifying moments of my entire life. The silence that ensued after that one. But anyways, that's not my pick. I do not condone violence aside from the whole bull shark incident, but I want to, I'm famously cuddly Cara Blair Saki, but I do like to be famous for beating someone's ass for eating yogurt in public. That is not right. I'm not supposed to watch you unself-consciously lick a blob off a plastic spoon as if other people aren't being forced to see it, as if other people should be subjected to watching you lick cherry-flavored snot out in God's own pure ordained sunshine. I'm not gonna stand for it, and I'm gonna take matters into my own goddamn hands, and I'm gonna make a change on sight.
Did you recently see someone eating yogurt in public?
Only all 25 years I've been alive on God's green earth. Okay, I see it all the time. I used to see it on the subway. But these people have no shame. It's disgusting. I want it laws passed.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I'm with, like, a lot of food. I saw some dude eating mashed potatoes on the bus one time, and I was like, man, I don't know about all that.
That's interesting.
It's so gnarly. It's such a swing. Eat an apple or something,
The worst is like when they're eating yogurt and they don't eat it off the spoon in one bite. Like they go
that's the
back.
worst. Oh, they do a little nip. They eat like a turtle.
It makes me feel nauseous.
Yeah.
And then they do the flip it over, lick the
The flip over.
It's all sensual, and you're like, no, I'm with you.
I've eaten a tuna sandwich on the J train. I'm sorry.
I think that's less of an offense. I'm not kidding.
I think sandwiches can go anywhere, even if there's a tuna smell. If I know it's coming from a tuna sandwich, that never bothers me.
I think a sandwich is fine. Yogurt itself is just disgusting to me, and then I don't know.
I had to go in. I had to go get. I'm on amoxicillin because I have to go get my gums cut into on Tuesday, and
Just getting a grill put in.
Yeah, dude, black diamonds. But the doctor, she's like, this is an antibiotic, so yogurt for the diarrhea. I was like, well, I might not get diarrhea. It's just funny. She just said it like it was a fact. Like,
Famous last words. I might not get diarrhea.
Well, I'm hoping not.
My god. Oh my god.
Well, if you're going to eat that yogurt, you better do it in the privacy of your own home, my friend.
I will. Yeah, I don't
You
go
can
out with
catch-
public
you can
yogurt.
catch a whooping.
Shocking. No, I wouldn't dream of it. I don't want to upset the big dog. Even if I wanted to, the big dog said no. I do what I'm told.
Thank
And
you for
now,
your respect.
that's an excellent pick, and it's time for a lightning round. Everybody's final pick. Blair, you're first up.
Oh yeah, wow. No matter how many times I do this podcast, I don't think I'm ever gonna learn what a serpentine draft is. Okay, I wish I was famous for eating the most cilantro in one sitting. Are you kidding me? I'm a cilantro freak. I'm a cilantro god. That would be incredible because I'm a maniacal cilantro fan. But I don't think I'm allowed to be famous for eating cilantro because I think it is of Latino origin and I'm white. So please forget this and I'll just eat it silently in obscenely large quantities in private obscurity.
You're Italian, though.
Oh yeah, I am Italian, but is it?
I think cilantro is is native to Southern Europe and Northern Africa and
Is it?
Southwestern Asia. Yeah.
Well, us Irish had nothing to do with it, so go nuts. I don't care.
You know,
Stay away
the
from
British
potatoes.
call it coriander.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Coriander is
Coriander.
cilantro?
Mhm.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Goddamn redcoats renaming everything.
I have never been more educated in my goddamn life than I have on this podcast.
Yeah. It's edutainment for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, it is.
Dylan, it is time for your final pick.
My final pick, I want to be famous for being a roller coaster critic, where I have to ride roller coasters around the country and write essays about their, funness. And published in the Times, and I'm like, it started out incredible. I felt like I was on a journey, a little too shaky, or it's like, or this one I felt as though I astral projected, and it was a big, so I love roller coasters, so I want to be a roller coaster critic.
I'm picturing you riding a roller coaster very calm with a notepad out in a pit.
Absolutely.
That's so cool.
Interesting. Oh, interesting.
Fire's a nice touch,
That's fantastic. Time for my final pick. Surfing the biggest wave in history.
Oh, God
Wow.
dang.
Nazare.
Yeah, dude.
Nazare.
Yeah,
I've
Portugal.
been watching that 100-foot wave documentary series on HBO. It's crazy, and it's me.
So you're gonna do a 101-foot wave.
105-foot wave. Comfortably the biggest wave.
You don't beat the record, you shatter the record.
Comfortably the biggest wave.
Wow.
And at the top of the wave, I have like sort of a squirrel suit. So I jump off my surfboard, squirrel suit wings, and then I go gliding to the top of the Nazaré cliffs.
That's so cool.
You glide up.
I catch a wave. There's sort of a wind. There's a front coming off at the front of the wave. So I just am able to navigate.
You got your Mario 3 cape, so you could go up.
You understand?
You pump the wind, I get it.
That's so cool.
Sean Jordan.
I want to be a rapper. So. Pretty right down Main Street. No bells, no
Speaking
whistle.
of which, you can hear Sean Jordan's rap song. It's on Spotify.
It is. 5,000 people have already heard it, so don't be late to the party.
Nike versus Adidas.
Nike and Adidas. It's called Gear Crisis.
Gear
but,
Crisis.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Pretty
Everybody,
funny.
make sure you check that out.
Funny lyrics. I just don't know how to rap. I'll tell you that, but it's fun.
Isaac is producing in absentia, so he does not have a producer's pick.
Right.
We're producing this thing.
Yeah, we'll see what it sounds like.
Isaac, if you want to add one in later, I mean, it is your sacred
In
right
post, they say. In
to do
post.
so in post. But to recap, the people who did make picks, Blair, you went first, and you took being the first 5'6" white lady to reverse 360 dunk, roaring like the MGM Lion with the backboard shattering everywhere, and the players who you dunked on are walking away silently, chewing on their mouth guards. Your second pick, fighting a pole shark and winning. Your third pick, being the chef that is Stanley Tucci's favorite cook, and you're driving around in vintage Jaguars, in other vintage drop-top cars, comfortably full, a little bit drunk on Barolo, and just having the time of your lives. Beating someone's ass for eating yogurt in public, and eating the most cilantro or coriander in one sitting. Dylan, you went second. You took being the gay who was asked to write those sort of award show singing, dancing moments featuring kind of like older, well-established female actors. Your second pick is dancing at the club, and you're up on stage, and you go viral for dancing like really slutty and good, and you kind of like attain a fame that is big in the gay community, but also even like goes outside of it. It even goes outside of it a little bit. The third is there's a video of you about to get hate crime, but you knock out the person doing the hate crime. Being the guy who fucked Hamilton.
Yep.
And then being a roller coaster critic. Hamilton, top or bottom?
I think he's a top.
Yeah,
I think he's
okay.
a top. I'll bottom
Yeah.
for Hamilton.
Okay, bottoming for Hamilton. And then being a roller coaster critic. I went third. I took being a reformed art thief who helps catch other art thieves, being the third youngest person to ever win an EGOT, inventing a popular Dairy Queen dessert, finding Bigfoot but not telling anyone, and then surfing the biggest wave in history. Sean, you went last. You took swimming from LA to Hawaii, being the only NFL receiver to never drop a pass, inventing the remix machine, being the only absolutely confirmed, stone cold, proven, there's evidence of an alien abduction, and then your final pick. Just being a rapper.
A rapper.
All excellent picks. We want to hear your picks. Hit us up at AllFantasyPod on Twitter, AllFantasyPodcast@gmail.com. Shout out to super producer Isaac Lee on the ones and twos. Shout out to Saint Sue Carmel. Shout out to the AFE Patreon. Thank you for holding us down. Shout out to the AFE Shaslackity, the AFE subreddit. Shout out to Frankie Ocean. Shout out to Sid the Dude. Shout out to Haji Beats. And more important than all of that, tune in again next week to another brand new episode of All Fantasy Everything.
Shaklackety.
That was a HeadGum podcast.
With food prices going up, it's hard to decide on what to buy and where to buy. If you are looking for a way to stretch your food dollars, look no further than your neighborhood grocery outlet. We have the name brands you love for 40 to 70% less than regular grocery stores. Our stores are locally owned and operated by people in your community, so we understand the challenges you are facing. Stop by your local grocery outlet today for deals you won't believe.
Grocery outlet, bargain market.
I think his character backstory of being sort of a, what is he? He's like a soldier of fortune. He's fighting with like some army at the beginning, but he's like a soldier for hire, basically, an adventurous soldier for hire, occasional thief. I like the opening of this movie. I think that the opening prologue of this one is the best opening prologue in the series. I think Arnold Vosloo gives a great performance.
Yeah, I agree with you there for sure.
As Imhotep, and I think this one has the clearest story and plot, least convoluted. I like the relationship, as I said, kind of the slightly adversarial, slightly suspicious relationship with Evie and Rick that then develops as they go along. You get a little bit of bantering, a little bit of bickering, then eventually they come together at the end of the movie. I think that's a good character arc. It's kind of propulsive and moves you forward. I like Rachel Weisz getting to kick ass in the second one as well, but I think there's something charming about her slightly more comedic turn in this movie, and the decision to give her era-appropriate pencil-thin eyebrows that look crazy. They let that go in the second one. They didn't hold that over. I love the scene, like the visual comedy of the scene in the library where she knocks over all of the bookcases. Yeah, hitting the next one, hitting the next one, hitting the next one. Great comedic set piece. Jonathan is the least annoying in this movie. I think Jonathan is actually like a worthwhile character to have in the movie in this one.
Yeah, well, he sets the plot in motion, if you remember, essentially. Yeah, he's the one who, he steals it from Rick, and kind of gives it to her.
He's important to the plot. The dialogue is the best in this one, I think. None of these movies have great dialogue, but I think this one has the best. And Jonathan, before he becomes just a full-blown cartoon character. I don't know. Like I said, the things you said you liked. I like the competing teams, him and the Kevin, what's that guy's name? Kevin O'Connell? No, Kevin O'Connor is that actor? Kevin O'Connor? The Americans and like the race to get to the tomb, and then they're both competing to get to it, but then they end up having to sort of help each other, and there's all the booby traps and people getting melted and stuff. All works for me, and the final confrontation and everything. The sandstorm and the airplane and all that. I think it has a good energy. I love, actually, maybe my favorite sequence in any of these movies is when they're all on the boat together and they don't know yet that they're all competing to go to the same place. And then the assassins sneak onto the boat, and there's a gunfight, and the boat's on fire, and they're jumping off into the... I think that's my favorite bit of any of these movies. A great little action-adventure bit with all those characters.
Yeah, Benny's great. I love Benny.
Benny is a great little weasel antagonist. I think this one is... Look, I think at best, the best these movies get are a B. You know? As I said when Darren was still on with us, I think the praise for these movies has gotten a little bit out of hand in the last couple of years, and now everybody's going to be mad at me because everybody has these fucking bumper stickers that Super Yaki sells. It says, you know, The Mummy 1999 is the best movie ever or whatever. But I do think this is clearly the best one of these movies, so it is wild for me to see it here at number 3. That's all.
I'm sorry, Clay.
I
am so sorry. But yeah, it just had to happen this way. And
I guess so. Okay. Well, I've got the pick at number 2, and I'm sending it to you.
Oh, I see. Right.
You always think you have 2 picks in a row. How do we do this?
Okay. Clay has... Wow, this is crazy. Clay has put down The Mummy 2017 at number 2. So
yeah, I don't have... I'll only add...
We all lose tonight.
I'll only elaborate on this because there's new context to my, you know... Before, when I was ranting on this movie, it was not ahead of The Mummy 1999 on the list.
Sure.
I would say you kind of characterized this in relation to Scorpion King as this was, what'd you say, like weird and something versus boring?
Sure.
I don't think this movie is weird. I think it is kind of at all. I think it is a craven, written by committee, studio attempt to do a Mummies Adventures franchise that feels less like an organic story and more like a series of Easter eggs for the future of a not even, you know, whatever, a fucking money machine. And it's lit like shit, and it's very frustrating. So I will take not entirely successful 90-minute camp watered down Conan the Barbarian over craven studio written thing any day of the week. So that's the last thing I'll say about Mummy 2017. But Ryan, was this your number 1?
It was my number 2.
Oh my goodness.
My number 2. So it's at the place that I wanted it to be. I just don't really. I mean, the lighting thing. I don't really. Your obsession with the light. I don't really see it. You know, maybe we just saw it on 2 different things, but I saw everything. I don't remember anything being like so poorly lit I couldn't see things. So I don't really understand that sequence or that criticism.
There's like 20 minutes where he gets in. There's the bit before, but then he gets attacked in the alleyway by all the rats, and then the car chase in the woods, and everything is just like the brightness is just dialed down to where you have to like squint to see it. It's just, I don't know. It's just bad. It's just bad movie making, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm a big. It's sort of weird to see Tom Cruise now, in his 50s, doing this stuff. And I have to say that, like, when I started this movie, I was a little ambivalent. But like Top Gun Maverick, about halfway through, I was like, motherfucker still got it. Like, he's doing everything I kind of want. He's doing his total, like, Maverick, Few Good Men, Edge of Tomorrow vibe. I always appreciate that. I like the prologue in this one. I thought it was interesting to replace this whole thing in London. I thought that was kind of interesting idea. I love the moment Russell Crowe enters. I'm like, fuck yes, I'm in. Like, he's crushing it from the get-go. I totally love his performance. There's just something about these particular actors, I think, that I was just responding to that like all of this franchise nonsense, I don't really care about any of it. I love the idea of a fucking like shield like.
Of course, this is the most fucking comic book Gregor Berlanti-verse option in this pool of movies.
Yeah, like I thought it was really kind of a neat idea that like there's this group out there that's collecting these weird monsters, and you know, over time, like maybe we'd get more movies, but who gives a shit that we did? And it just none of that really mattered to me. This whole movie was kind of, in a weird way, I have to say though, it does kind of echo the 30s Mummy far more than the Brendan Fraser one does. There is that idea of like bringing a mummy over, you know, and the mummy just goes loose and, you know, starts, like, the Mummy was scary, that 30s movie. It is more of a horror movie than it is, you know, this like fun adventure comedy that we kind of inevitably turned it into. I don't know, there were like a lot of, like, I love the scene where the mummy kills those investigators. I thought there was a lot of like creepy, fun stuff in this movie that you know, you just didn't get from any of the other entries that I kind of like. I love Courtney B. Vance, always love him. And, you know, the moment he showed up, I love the weird dream sequences. I got a real like Vanilla Sky vibe from this movie in a lot of ways, with like you know, like the blonde girl being the Penelope Cruz, and the mummy herself being more like the Cameron Diaz, like haunting his dreams, and
That's it. I'm done.
Trying to pull him into some weird fucking like sex fantasy. That whole thing was just